We're back.
Yeah. Probably a month again. Longer than a month again.
They get it a month in hand, mate. It's the way to go.
Blame the booker.
Bro, I swear to God. No, well, let's crack on.
We're taking over!
Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of The Lost Art of Wrestling. Shut up.
Kayfabe.
Oh, God, kill me now.
This is why he doesn't book the show very often, because I just piss him off. I changed the name of his, beloved podcasts.
Make me rethink our friendship. After all these years. I was at your wedding.
You were. It's not like I kicked your dog or something.
True.
Yeah.
You're just shitting all over my creation.
I'm not. I'm adding talent to it.
Oh well. I just bring the heat. Is it hot in here or is it just me?
It's definitely just
Hashtag boom. No, this is The Lost Art of Wrestling. I am, of course, your host, Coxy, joined once again by the man of 1,000 gimmicks, the baddest man, the baddest man, Billy the Boy, the delivery man, the mailman, signed, sealed, delivered. He is Randy Baggage. Maybe he's not. We don't know. He is Jimmy the Boy Bunkell.
How are we doing?
I'm alright, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I have the network. Shock horror.
Dun, dun, dun.
I might actually have something current to talk about.
The problem is now we'll have to go to a restaurant that's a really posh restaurant and do a table for free, just me, you and Paul.
It sounds like fun to me.
We'll have to sit there eating really posh stuff. So when did you get into business?
White collar wrestling, what's your thoughts?
Oh, I've got to talk about that later.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, house phone's ringing.
I won't mind, but nobody ever answers it.
And no one's going to start. Maybe it's your friends Sam and Jade who were debating last week about us.
No, they'd message first.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Considering they said about we were wrong about, was it Austin or The Rock?
About Austin being...
who we'd save.
Yeah, who we'd save, yeah. Because we'd save Austin and The Rock and then bury the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And they were like, no.
Shocking.
Shocking.
Absolutely
wrong.
shocking.
Just wrong.
But what do we know? We only have a podcast. So, I'm hoping this comes out alright last time, because we botched the second... Well, I botched the second half last time.
Yeah, I was going to say, you botched the second half. I have nothing to do with the technical side of this.
I best just double back and check on them myself then.
Yeah, probably.
Right, we will return. There we go. We're back. No technical issues this time.
Woo!
We are the masters of botchery.
Yes.
Sort of.
Well, you are.
Well, yeah.
Arrive, present gold, leave.
Yeah.
That's kind of my job.
No, you have to sign, seal and deliver it.
I don't edit it.
No, you sign, seal and deliver.
Yeah,
Not edit.
gold. Every time.
I can just hear the people now that's going, silver. Silver. So yeah, you've got a fuck ton of topics. I've got about two.
Well, some of us actually put work in for this show. Some of
I
us...
didn't even know we were doing it, mate.
I
was waiting for confirmation. When you say to me, I'll speak to the wife and let you know, you let me know.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I will show you the messages.
You had a full 24 hours notice. Which is long enough.
Was that notice, people? Was that notice?
It's long enough for me to come up with a whole bunch of shit.
I
know we're still not doing Heatwave 98. Still. Because Coxy still hasn't put in the effort to watch the last half of it.
Well, 2 matches, whatever it is.
One sitting I did it. 8 pages of notes, people. 8 pages of notes.
That's your dedication. So, some of us work for a living.
Not you!
I'll have you know, I've been full-time recently.
Congratulations. I've been full-time for 10 years.
When you weren't stuck in your student loan debt.
Still stuck in student loan debt. Fuck that shit. It's the cheapest loan you'll ever make. And it'll get wiped out. Soon, actually. Yeah, soon.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think. Yeah.
Go over the near fall on that student loan there, Bunkell.
Yeah, well, it was free.
So yeah, what should we discuss first? Do you want to do one of yours or one of mine?
Well, I suppose...
Mine's sort of tying together, really, if anything. So.
Okay, well, I suppose I should... Well, do you want to do the current stuff first?
Might as well.
Right, current stuff. I did watch the Royal Rumble. I watched part of the Royal Rumble. I didn't watch, like, the nothing matches that I knew wouldn't mean anything. I watched AJ Styles, John Cena, because someone somewhere, I don't know who, said that it was better than Okada versus Omega, which is going to be match of the year. It is not better than Okada versus Omega, and I will get into it. And I did watch the Rumble, and I did watch the Elimination Chamber as well, all yesterday, in preparation, because I am dedicated to this show, unlike the host.
I host this shit, mate. I turn up and I give you at least like a bronze.
Getting into it, I'll do. Do you want to do Cena and AJ first?
To be fair, I did watch the Elimination Chamber match. I didn't watch the rest of it.
I watched the match. I didn't watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
Woo. So, you know, some women...
Three women's matches.
Yeah. Well, that says it all. You know, Natalya versus Nikki Bella. No. Like Tracy Morgan, no. From Cop Out. No.
Natalya in the same
Hell
ring
no.
gear she's had for like 5 or 6 years now. Going like the whole Randy Orton route.
It's just shit. Dinosaurs. At least in terms of divas.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, start with the Rumble.
The actual Rumble match or the Cena versus Styles match first?
Yeah, we've Cena Styles first.
Cena Styles, right. First note, Atunga sucks. David Atunga should not be a commentator. Just no. He has nothing of value to add.
Has he not been away for like 8 or 9 years?
I have absolutely no idea.
If not less, but...
The last time I saw him, he had a cup of coffee in his hand that got bigger every week.
A bit like yours.
Yeah, a bit like my cup of coffee. Yeah, but seriously, right, I've got these are some classic lines from David Otunga. Look at John Cena's physique. He looks like he's ready. Well, I'm sorry, doesn't he look like that every week? Look, he's like look his flexing, waiting for AJ Styles. Like he's like really intense. And I'm like, seriously. He literally sounded like he wanted to bum him. He spoke about nothing else. Did he speak about psychology? No. Except JBL attempted to bring some of this across and talk to him about how John Cena's never beat AJ Styles. How's that going to affect him? Oh, John looks ready. Look at his physique. He looks ready. He looks trim. He looks, strong. Yeah, but John Cena looks like this every fucking time. He looks no different.
This needs to be one of the moments where JBL just looks over at David King and goes, "You don't have a fucking clue, do you?"
Well, if JBL wasn't phoning it in, I assume he would.
Yeah.
But JBL's gone downhill, well, probably since his debut. But to cover the match, I thought it was a very slow start, and I thought Cena looked off the pace.
Right.
And bearing in mind, this is a match of the year candidate, apparently. And no disrespect to anybody who enjoyed the match, because to be fair, it was all right. It was a WWE match. Brunello was really good. Kind of almost Joey Styles-esque in like the way that it was calling the moves more, and like he'd bring in talk about like trying to talk about the psychology, and obviously the psychology they were building on essentially was AJ Styles has never lost to John Cena.
Yeah.
That was it. There wasn't anything else. There was, yeah, well, he always beats you. That was it.
Yeah.
And then obviously how John Cena's been working out and he looks like he's really up for this, you know, because he's part-time now. And no. So what else have I got down here? No, one spot that I did note. I like the counter of the AA into the calf crusher. That was quite cool. That was quite well done actually. But this is one thing where I'll talk about psychology. And one of the things that I really liked about the Omega and Okada match was obviously Kenny Omega was always working the same bit, always working towards his finisher, and never actually hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was really, really good psychology because it made you believe that, he hits that move, it's over.
Yeah.
None of that in this. Everybody kicks out of everybody's finisher. More than once.
No, with the Okada Omega match, there was when they hit the Dragon Suplex off the top, which is brutal.
Oh, yeah.
And even still, couldn't finish him with it.
Yeah, but again, it's not his finishing manoeuvre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can do big moves without having to be a finisher. Like I've got in here. You know, they did... So, he counted the AA into the calf crusher, which then got counted into the SDF, and John Cena's SDF still looks shit. He still hasn't timed it up, even though Stone Cold Steve Austin's told him to on a number of occasions. Yeah? It's still shit. And then that got reversed into AJ Styles doing an SDF, and he started off doing it correctly, and then loosened it off so it looked like John Cena's, so John Cena didn't look bad. And you can clearly see him loosen it off, which I thought I was just like, and there you go. And then JBL, then I think it gets reversed again into the STF again, and JBL starts like giving John Cena a blowjob live on air, essentially. You know,
he's got a tap. He ain't gonna get the ropes. Like,
no, because he does that thing where he drags him away from the ropes and sinks it back, and then puts it back on. He's like, AJ Styles has got nowhere to go. He's got a tap. We're gonna have a 16-time world champion. This is vintage John Cena. He's like the best ever.
Vintage John Cena.
And I was like, oh come on. But yeah. So anyway, carrying on. What John Cena thinks that one AA has failed. In fact, 2 AAs have failed. So he does a second rope AA. Because we haven't seen that before. And AJ Styles kicks out.
Right.
I was like, all right. I'm actually quite shocked. That's a standard WWE ending. That's normally what they do. They say, we'll just do it off the top rope. It's obviously more devastating. So then, what happens if that doesn't work? Do 2 really quickly. And that's how the match ends. So essentially, that fails. Then AJ Styles goes for Styles Clash. Doesn't get it. Gets AA'd. He rolls through and does another AA. Which I have not seen. But that's it. That was the finish. So a move that he's hit 4 times in the match. At least 4 times. Including one off the second rope. Finally wins. Does that not make your finisher look shit?
Yeah.
And I mean, I've glossed over the match there. I've done really quick notes because I thought, I could have run into it and done a full play-by-play and written about 4 pages worth of notes on this match. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
If I was calling every single little spot, but to me, it was very slow paced, especially at the beginning. Right. And I don't mean like rest hold slow. I just mean that it looked sloppy, and it was kick punch. And then like the hope spots that they did again was always kick punch. And then you just had everybody doing finishes.
Yeah.
It was like The Rock John Cena 2, where The Rock rips his ab muscles off.
Yeah.
And then all he can do is his finishing moves. So he could only do a rock bottom on people's elbow, so John Cena can only do the AA. Because that's what they had to do. Yeah. They had to go home quickly. And as far as I'm aware, nobody was injured after this match because they were both on the next pay-per-view. Which I think was only a couple of weeks later. But no, I wasn't. It was standard WWE storytelling. And to me, WWE hasn't had a match of the year for a long time.
And they're not going to start.
No.
It's going to take a lot, I think, to get the... Sorry, I'm just moving the laptop so it can get some air in.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, it's... I wouldn't... I've seen clips, like highlights and clips of the match, but I wouldn't put it up there with Okada and Omega at all.
No, it's not. It's not even close. It's like I said when we did the Okada and Omega match when we reviewed that. That was as close to perfect as I've seen a wrestling match. This wasn't that. This was a good WWE match, but a good WWE match to me is still like a 2.5-star match. If you're gonna give it, gonna do the 5-star rating, yeah, it's very standard storytelling. It was very. I've not seen the other matches that they've had, but I get the impression this wasn't too different.
Yeah.
And especially having seen the Elimination Chamber, which we'll come on to, they did the same spots. So it's like they could, because there's a short turnaround time between the Rumble and the Elimination Chamber. Like they couldn't book a new match, they couldn't do a new match. So they just did. They just took the middle of this match and stuck it in that.
I think it was only 2 or 3 weeks or something between the Rumble and Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, but obviously, the unfortunate, well, to me, it's an unfortunate thing is that gave John Cena his 16th world title. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah. It was one of them. I remember us always discussing this a few years ago, and even sort of coming up to about the past 2-3 years ago, even possibly yearly, it's come up in conversation of will he do it or will he not? And then there's always the argument of people going, well, he deserves to, and it's like, but does he? Does he?
Well, my opinion of this is, I get what they're saying. And John Cena talks about it in the promo package leading up to this match, which at the beginning I suppose they kept going on about a big fight feel, and to be fair, I can get that. It's because it did seem like it was. I hadn't watched the booking up to it. I thought the promo package was meh, because it's essentially John Cena going, well, I've done this for 12 years. I've put the company on my back for 12 years, and I've carried this company. And then you come, you're a great wrestler because you've earned being here, but you've not done what I've done. And AJ Styles is like, yeah, but I'm now. You're 10 years ago. Yeah. Which, again, fair enough, but you can't say that they were the best performing 10 years WWE's ever had, because they definitely weren't. And the problem has been that there is nobody else. Yeah. So they keep trying to recycle. They try to recycle everything through John Cena in terms of the world title. Admittedly, this was, I believe they said this was his first title match in a year. Now, whether that was due to injury or whatever it may be, him just taking time off, probably a mix of both. I don't think it missed him. And they've generated more new stars without him there than the whole time he was here.
Yeah.
And though some people, Ryback, will consistently put John Cena down all the time and say that, oh, well, he's always been bad for business and he's always, put the young guys down and stuff like that. I don't doubt that at some point it was like that. Now, it seems as though he's almost like accepted his role is that I am part-time now, and that you can use my name to put people over. So my view on John Cena is turning. I still hate John Cena, but that's because I've been conditioned to hate him. Because I've had 12 years of people saying, you will like John Cena, you will buy John Cena merch. But I think whether I'm right or wrong, it almost seems that he understands what his role now is. And to keep AJ Styles looking strong and to move the belt on, John Cena doesn't lose anything by taking a loss. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, obviously, we all know the results now from the Elimination Chamber. I will come on to talk about it, but he does lose at the Elimination Chamber. But him taking the loss doesn't look as big as AJ Styles taking that loss.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? AJ Styles' character losing the title almost essentially in that manner, though, again, I'll come on to it a bit more when we talk about the Elimination Chamber. His character would have been damaged more by that than John Cena's character and John Cena's history. Because again, he'll come back out, he'll do the same thing next week and say, it's all about, I've been here for this long and I've built this reputation and I am the 16-time world champion.
Yeah.
I am equal record with Ric Flair. Because it means you've lost 16 times. But,
Always the point in argument that comes up. I'm a 16-time world champion, but you lost 16 times.
Yeah. Well, that was part of the promo package. John Cena's like, I'm a 15-time world champion. You're a 1-time world champion. I believe it was on AJ Styles' Twitter. Somebody was shouting at him and he goes, yeah, but I've never lost. It's so true, though. So, again, I was disappointed in the match, but that's because by the hype, I've been led to believe that it was more than it was. But, and because now we know how they've booked it since, I don't mind the fact that he had a 16th world title, because I understand the booking behind it. Yeah, it was so that you can then, almost with Bray Wyatt beating John Cena, it elevates Bray Wyatt's character again. So, no, I'm alright. I'm alright with it at the end of it. But I say I don't know what your opinion is.
It's one of them. It was always going to be a reality. It's like, I think episode 2 or something, we talked about Edge being a 9-time world champion in the span of about a year.
Yeah.
Somehow. And it was one of them we're seeing, everyone was always saying from when he sort of started quickly amassing the belts, like, he's gonna match Flair, he's gonna beat Flair or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, what is it? Trips is sitting around 14.
Yeah, yeah.
Roughly. So, yeah, it was an inevitability. Whether he goes for it again and becomes 17 time, I don't know.
I almost don't see him doing that. I think they'll leave it.
They should leave it, really.
Well, I look at it this way. You look at the two most successful boxers of all time, Rocky Marciano, Floyd Mayweather, both at 49-0, and then that was it.
Yeah. And
Floyd Mayweather himself came out and said, I don't want to beat his record.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy now. So John Cena is like wrestling's version of Floyd Mayweather. Ric Flair is Rocky Marciano. Why would he go? Why does he need to be? He doesn't. He's made. He's set for life, and it keeps that precedent going almost. So then when somebody does beat it, which I hope they never do, it's almost that bigger thing. So you still allow somebody else to be built up that, that high.
Yeah.
Almost. You're not beating one guy. You're beating two. Of course, then Triple H will book himself into the world title picture and win it another 3 times and take the record, because that's a Triple H thing to do.
But it's like I always seen though. It's like he is a merch machine.
Yeah.
But it's like he's got like 7,000 T-shirts and caps, wristbands.
Yeah.
Everything.
But again, that's not. I don't have a problem with that. He is a merch machine, but he doesn't need. Like I said, he doesn't need a 17th world title, and he's still obviously a draw. So you could put him on in whatever match you want, and he'll be a draw.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'd almost start booking him like I book the part timers. If he wants to reduce schedule, which he does, it's something that The Rock will always point to. You have me on your show and you get a bump in pay-per-view buys.
Yeah.
Because you do. Yeah. Lesnar's the same. Goldberg's the same. Yeah. Well, I don't think Goldberg's that big, but
people will watch him.
Exactly.
People will pay to watch him.
Yeah. So John Cena can be that to you. You know, I don't see why not. He, in I don't know, 10 years time, whatever it is, 5 years time, he'd be considered wrestling's past, and you could do wrestling's past versus wrestling future again. Yeah. Like you did with Hogan and The Rock, like you did with The Rock and John Cena, and you can keep recycling that. Yeah, but why not? It's always a big draw. The Rock and Hogan is a better match than people give it credit for. Oh, yeah. How over was that match?
Very.
Exactly. The crowd was exhausted at the end of it, so much so that Chris Jericho and Triple H got near enough no reaction for the world title match.
Yeah. Because
that match had to be the end match. Like where Rock Cena won, once in a lifetime when The Rock goes over, was it might not be the best match of all time, but it was like,
hype.
Yeah. I mean, you watched it and you knew it wasn't the best match of all time, but you were invested in it. Kids, younger than us, who are John Cena fans now, will, and if they turn off, whether they're still watching in 5 years, when they turn into adults, teenagers, whatever, John Cena comes back for the first time in 5 years or whatever to do Wrestling's Future versus Wrestling's Past, they're going to tune in for that one pay-per-view event. They're going to buy it. You get an extra 1 million buys by doing that. Yeah. You tell me you wouldn't go for that? Fucking, yeah, of course they will. Take that to the bank right now.
Yeah.
If they could. They book it now. So, do it. It's, it works out best for everybody, to me. Because he doesn't need to go over, he doesn't need to have that 17th world title. And he's, almost protected as well.
Fair point, yeah.
Without putting the young guys down.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
We shall wait and see.
It'll happen. If I could put money on it, I'd do it now, but obviously you're talking so many years' time, you don't know who that next star is going to be that they're going to push against him. Yeah?
I tell you now, it'll be Mania 38, John Cena versus Trick Bradshaw. Calling it.
All right, okay. To be fair, I thought you were going to say James Ellsworth.
No, you would say James Ellsworth.
Oh, God, we'll come on to that later.
Does he still have a job?
Yeah, he does. Oh, dear. But, yeah. Royal Rumble?
What about it?
Well, I've got the whole match.
Yeah, cover that if you want, yeah.
Right, okay, hang on. Let me open the book.
List.
Right. Royal Rumble. I did watch it all hour and 5 minutes of it, or whatever it was.
And that's the Royal Rumble. So, Elimination Chamber.
I'll do Elimination Chamber first if you want, because it leads on in the conversation that we've been having. Yeah? I'll come back to the Rumble.
Works, buddy.
I'll come back to the Rumble.
I'll go with your judgment.
Right.
And I'll edit it to make it sound better.
That's fine. Right. Elimination Chamber match. First off, I like the new Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
I like it. I think it...
The squariness.
It's not even that. I like that the pods are all perspex. So that, and obviously it's higher. So that you can do spots off the top of it better. And on top of the pods better. Yeah. I like that. I prefer it. The mats on the outside, I don't think it loses anything by having the mats on the outside of it. I don't think it obviously isn't going to be quite as devastating looking.
Yeah.
But again, I just think it was for why they've done it, obviously to make it lighter so that they can use it in more arenas, etc. I'm quite happy with it. I thought it still looked like a menacing structure. It still gave me that feeling. Not, obviously now the top's open as well, so probably somewhere down the line somebody's going to climb out of there. Please don't fuck it up like TNA did. Get somebody who can actually make it and get them to try it loads of times first. Or have them go there at the start of the match rather than 30 minutes in when he's fucked.
I can see them doing like a whole bit like the Hell in a Cell 2000 or Armageddon 2000.
Oh yeah. Where
it's like, take this thing down now, and then someone just gets pushed off into like a truck full of hay.
I don't mind that. To be fair, like the other thing with the Perspex is, because obviously they always do the thing where they break one of the pods by throwing something into it. They always do that. They do it every year. Yeah, I don't mind if they did that on the actual thing itself. If they because obviously it's going to be one that's set up to break. Yeah. But if they're on top of the pods, I don't mind if somebody goes through the pod, to the floor below. I don't mind if they go out of the Hell in a Cell through it. Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber through it. I just did a Ranello. He fucking called it Hell in a Cell in the pay-per-view. Bitch. So I think it sets up a lot more. You can see more, which again I think is better. One of the spots, they did actually do a spot on top of the pod with AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose, and Ambrose was slamming his head into the Perspex. And actually, it was a really, really good... I thought it was a good moment. It was a good shot. Good visual. Yeah. Because you get, like, the smear of his face on the Perspex as he, like, slumps down. Yeah. I thought that was quite a good visual, whereas, normally in, like, a cell or a cage, you don't get that, like, print left behind. Yeah. You don't get that image. But, yeah. You've seen the Elimination Chamber match as well?
Yes.
Excellent. Right. Yeah.
You'll have to refresh my memory because I can only really remember the end. So
what I've put is Ambrose is out first. I'm completely meh on Dean Ambrose. I'm not keen. I don't think his work's particularly great. I'm not keen on him as a character. I don't think he's got it. Okay. I'm just not keen. Baron Corbin, I think he needs something in his entrance. A little bit more flair. Yeah, I want to say I like the idea of the lights being out and then coming out, and like it suits him and everything. But then he does the little pose, and then that's it. And it's like it's missing something. Yeah, just missing a little bit. But one thing I did note that I really liked is they mentioned that he's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner from the year.
About time.
And I like that because it makes that match feel important. Yeah, and that's one thing that match seriously suffers from, is that nobody seems to care. Yeah. But make it feel important and announce that it's an achievement. Yeah. Yeah. So you're building the credibility of that match, so more people will watch that match next year. Yeah. And so I like that. I really like that. And Miz comes out. All I'll say about his entrance is Maurice is so hot. And
pay-per-view jacket.
New pay-per-view jackets, very flashy pay-per-view jackets. And interestingly enough, other than John Cena, Miz is the only one who's been in an Elimination Chamber before, which I thought was quite interesting. It's his second Elimination Chamber. And then Bray Wyatt comes out. Bray Wyatt's massively over. You just look at all the phones that are lit up, and he comes out. He's so over. It's proper good to see him that over. And what he did was, when he comes out, obviously the other guys are locked in pods, so he goes around with the lantern, holding the lantern up to each pod, and like getting in their face, and like he didn't even say anything. It was like either just laughing or smiling and stuff. And it was like the Miz was kind of like the best reaction, because he was kind of stood away from the glass, like, what is this guy doing? I'm kind of like terrified of this man, which is what the Miz should be like, though, because he's a coward. He's a cowardly character. That's what it's about. And I thought that. No, it's only a little bit of psychology. It was that was well played.
First, it made me think it was like a rib on Bray Wyatt's part, just like sort of, I'm going to see how I can make Bray character. I'll go up to the glass with the blunt and just start making weird faces and see who laughs.
Yeah. So I thought that I enjoyed that. I thought it was quite good. So AJ and Cena start, and immediately they start talking about how great the match was at the Royal Rumble. And then they started to do spots that they did in the match of the Royal Rumble, like John Cena doing a sunset flip, and AJ Styles doing the Argentine backbreaker and stuff like that. And it was like, well, mainly because I've literally just flipped over and watched it. I've just watched the Royal Rumble match. I've just watched Cena and AJ Styles. I got kind of bored in this bit because I'd seen it, and so Ambrose comes in next. I thought they actually did a good job of making Ambrose look quite credible, which I don't think he's done for a while. At least I can't say I watch SmackDown every week because I don't. But I thought AJ Styles Ambrose. I thought that whole feud wasn't that great, and he didn't come out of that feud looking too hot.
It was when they put him against Lesnar last year at Mania.
Yeah,
and he was murdered.
Yeah, he just made him look a bitch. But no, so I'm still not sold on him. But I thought, they did a good job making him look credible. They set up a spot where John Cena double German suplexed Ambrose and AJ Styles, which looked shit. Because I'm sorry, but what you're telling me is, because Dean Ambrose had kept a waist lock on AJ Styles, and John Cena went to throw Dean Ambrose, that also meant that he threw AJ Styles. And I just thought, you're exposing the business.
It's a spot that's done on the Indies before as well, that's been done before.
Well, I would have preferred if John Cena just waist locked both of them. Why are you telling me his arms aren't long enough for him to do that? Because I bet they are. And I can guarantee you he can lift them. Yeah. And I understand that it's probably not safe to do it that way, but it just, I don't know, to me that looked like it kind of exposed the business a little bit. So I wasn't keen on that. Bray Wyatt's next out.
Okay.
And some dude immediately shouted, "Let's go, Cena!" And I thought, your kids are ashamed of you. That's what went through my head. Just one grown adult man goes, "Let's go, Cena," and I was like, your kids hate you. They just, probably just will disown you later in life, and you'll never see him again. So, then Cena and Styles climb up the chamber.
Okay.
And Cena gets bumped off, and then we don't see him for a long time. Not that he leaves the ring or anything, but he literally lays out Spa Code for a long time. And that's when you get the cool spot with Ambrose and AJ Styles on top of the pod, which I liked. And then they do the second triple spot, which was it I think it was the powerbomb.
The powerbomb suplex.
Powerbomb suplex.
Yeah.
Which, again, we've seen before. I thought AJ. My only note was
a big deal of it though.
Yeah, but we've seen it before.
Yeah.
But the one thing I did put is I put AJ falls really good because one thing that I kind of noticed is it's not his selling, but just his falling looks really good. Almost not because selling, obviously you'd sell after the bump. Yeah, or you can sell when taking the bump. But I just thought his actual fall looked really good. It looked safe, but it looked impactful as well.
Yeah.
And then Corbin comes in, and I'm really impressed with him, and I hate it because I think I understand that there was he got loads of shit at the beginning because obviously he's got no ab muscles really, and he doesn't for a big guy he doesn't look it.
Yeah.
But they seem to be keeping like a vest on him now or like a shirt, and I thought he looked really impressive. I was like really kind of sold on the guy. I'm not keen on the end of days finisher.
They need to go a bit Kane-like on him and give him like a vest.
Yeah, well, he's got the vest that he's got. It's like it's a standard vest. And I think the one in the Elimination Chamber had like a wolf on it because obviously he's the lone wolf.
Yeah.
And I didn't, I thought it looks. I thought it looks better than he did. It looks more impressive than he did, and he kind of dominates everybody. He looks, like I say, really impressive. Miz comes in. Well, the Miz is supposed to come in, and then Dean Ambrose rolls up Baron Corbin, and I kind of lost my shit a little bit because I was kind of like, so wait, he's come in, killed everybody, looks really, really good and impressive, and then he goes out and roll up. And it was like, are you fucking joking? Because wait a bitch out of character. There's no harm in him getting a bit of a rub and whatnot, but to lose via a roll up, I understand what they were trying to do, because they're obviously trying to build towards a feud between him and Ambrose for the Intercontinental title, is what it seems to me. Yeah, and the reason why I say that is because then he goes and kills him, and I wrote the words, "Yay."
Was that brutal clothesline?
Yeah, and then he puts him through the pod and all that shit. Yeah.
Because I was watching the replay and it's like, oh, what's this clothesline? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, the one to the back of his head, is it?
No, it was the one, I think AJ took it, possibly.
Oh, I don't know.
It was a standard clothesline.
Yeah.
Someone, it just looked brutal.
Oh. I'd say he does one to Dean Ambrose, like to the back of his head.
Yeah.
And it was like, he was collapsing as he did it.
Right.
So that looked proper sick, and then puts him through the pod, and yeah, and it was like, yay. So obviously that must be the feud that they're trying to build to. So Miz eliminates Ambrose, and then the Miz is eliminated by Cena because he gets AA, and it's just like, fuck you. And then I've put Wyatt eliminates Cena, Wyatt wins. Good ending. So, like, that last bit, the bit with the three of them left, with Wyatt, Styles, and AJ, not a lot actually happens. They do a bit of, like, I think Cena kicks out, gets Styles clashed, and he kicks out. But, like, I think at one point, he AA's Wyatt, but AJ makes a save, goes for Styles clash, gets Styles clash, he kicks out, then he gets... does he get it? Or then I think he does get it, and then it's a clusterfuck anyway. Bray Wyatt wins. But
about time,
yeah. But the key point is he pins Cena and he pins AJ.
Yeah.
Now, like I was saying before, that John Cena's character doesn't lose anything by taking that loss. AJ Styles doesn't lose anything because he wasn't the champion. Yeah? And basically, it elevates Bray Wyatt to that level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was impressed. It wasn't the best Elimination Chamber match. It wasn't the best match I've seen for, but it was good and it did the job. And then, obviously, in retaining on SmackDown was another good thing. So, I don't know. What were your thoughts on the Elimination Chamber?
It was good. It was one of them I was sort of hoping they weren't going to... Because the standard, looking at who was going into it, it was that thing for me. It's like, right, you've got The Miz in it, who I think is he the IC champ coming, or is it Ambrose?
Ambrose is IC champ.
Ambrose is IC champ.
Yeah.
So it's that sort of thing. It's like, it's right. There's gonna be Cena, so that's gonna easily win like at least the final 2 or 3. There's AJ as well, so that's another like one of the final 2 or 3 because they fought the Rumble, and it's like, again, it's like I was sort of I lost all hope in Wyatt because like there's no point in bidding this because he's not gonna win. It's like nothing. It's like the whole thing with it's like, why is Randy Orton in the Wyatt family for a start? It sort of comes down to it. And then that was going really well, and it's like, right, I'm in the Elimination Chamber. Okay, and then there's The Miz. mid-level, mid-high level, whatever.
Yeah, he's a mid-carder, but he's at the top of the mid-card.
Yeah, and it was unexpected what Bray won, because it was sort of came down there. It's like comes out like the final three, and it's like, hold on, the Cena, AJ, Bray.
Yeah.
Wait, what? So, obviously, Bray's getting eliminated next. And it's like, oh no, Cena's eliminated. Wait, what? So we have AJ and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
There's some fuckery going on there. I can see Vince sort of stood there and gorillas going out and going, Trips, it's hot in here. Is it hot in here? That was itching to go out. It's like, Vince, calm down. No, damn it. So I was, it's gonna piss on the belt. That's Todd Gordon.
Yeah.
It's a spit on the belt. It's going to spit on the belt. What if AJ done the job? And I think if anything, there was sort of like a sigh of relief from the audience that came when Bray Wyatt won, because it's that whole thing of just sort of, it's about time and it is well deserved.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's I find most interesting about Bray Wyatt is that he's actually never held a title. He's never held a singles title until winning the world title. You don't see that very often nowadays. So it's like he got elevated above the mid card without having to hold the mid card belt.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen to a lot of people. And you know, it's weird because everything was going really, really good with his storyline, and like personally, I thought Randy Orton being part of the Wyatt family was kind of refreshing, to be honest, because it gave Orton something different to do and made his character a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
And it created a more interesting dynamic in the Wyatt family, especially with Eric Rowan being out. But no, I think it is thoroughly deserved. I mean, we'll come on to what this means after talk about the Rumble because of the result of that, and then I think it's a listener topic as well. But I'm just like, it is well deserved. I just hope that it comes out the other side of Mania the same.
Yeah.
Because it'd be really, really shit if he then loses at Mania for no reason. And the thing is, they could never book it so that it's good that he gets beat. He has to go over, or it's just like, oh, we give him the title because we can. It's like we've discussed before, like passing Intercontinental title around like hotcakes. Oh look, he's had it for 8 days. Let's give it back to the guy that won it off.
But you have one of them who's going, I'm here to bring credibility to this title, lose it 2 days later.
Yeah. It's fucking shit. Excuse my French.
It's fine.
Yeah, we're explicit rated.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Fuck it.
But no, like you say, it's well deserved, and long may he reign.
All hail Wyatt. No, it's not often there's guys that have come in where you've seen them from day one and you've sort of been sold on them, like I have with Bray Wyatt, because from the whole sort of his debut on, was it Raw or whatever, I think it was on a Raw.
I think it was on a Raw.
We did the vignette when it was...
Yeah, they started the vignettes with the Wyatt family stuff.
But it was the one that saw me who was like, he's like, on our family, our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And he's like, people are sheep, you understand me?
Yeah.
And goes whole bit Charles Manson, it's like, it's not the beginning, it's not the end.
Yeah.
It's the beginning. It's like, oh. Everyone's bum all clenched shut then.
Yeah, to be fair, that character, to still have that character seem relevant, he's done a fucking amazing job. Because after the getting squashed by Cena, after getting squashed by The Undertaker, after he'd already lost at WrestleMania, I just thought to myself, that this character cannot come back from that. You know, there's only so many times you can sit and watch somebody get buried. Yeah. And sit and watch somebody lose to older guys. You know, lose to people who shouldn't be beating him. And, you know, again, he's never had that push with a title belt. He's never, you know, really been what I call it. He's never been the winner of a long-standing feud. Yeah. Really, not since Kane, which was probably one of his first feuds. Yeah. And then that was shit.
I think
they've got carpet.
A small opening from average.
Yeah.
No, I think because I've heard rumours sort of going around from the past. I think it was just after the Rumble, before the Rumble, about Taker.
Right.
Basically saying he always sort of goes around saying every year, like, oh yeah, I'm after Mania, I'm done or whatever.
Yeah.
But normally he leaves it till quite late before Mania.
Right.
Whereas this time he's like, I guess like before the Rumble, he's like, after Mania, I'm done.
Right.
Which everyone's sort of saying it's a bit peculiar for Taker to be doing. Like, normally it's like, alright. It's like, yeah, you're done. Yeah, okay. See you next year.
Yeah.
But like, apparently, if I take announcing at the Rumble, it's like quite early.
Right.
It's like they're all sort of a bit.
Oh.
Does he mean it this time? Then
Yeah.
sort of thing, possibly.
To be fair, I've got some stuff to talk about Taker as well.
Mm.
But hopefully he is done. Should have been done about 4 years ago. But, you know, whatever. I'll come on to it and I'll talk about the Royal Rumble, but you're not going to like it.
It's fine.
But no. Same.
You are entitled to your opinion. You can express it if you want to. And if that offends you, then fuck off.
Well, yeah, this is our show. But no, so good for Bray Wyatt. Pray that they don't fucking job him out. Let's go into the Rumble, since it'll then lead to more Wyatt talk.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, I'll do a rundown of what happens in the Rumble.
Okay.
Why not? Big Cass is number one. Fucking hate those guys. All the shit that they start talking.
Yeah.
Before he gets in the fucking ring, I'm like, you're number one in the Royal Rumble. Get the fucking ring. You are not important. And it goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Corey Graves said it best, and I actually laughed out loud. And he goes, I've had root canals less painful than this. Yep, me too. It's fucking horrible. Yeah. Horrible. So, yeah, I really hated that. That was a terrible promo. And I'm sorry, but no, you're not going to win the Royal Rumble and go to WrestleMania. Who do you think you are? Some fucking tag team wrestler. Go away.
Well, so I think we were discussing this in one of the past episodes. It's like, would Big Cass sell tickets?
Yeah, the answer's no. You wouldn't.
It's always like the MSG billboard or something. It's like, tonight, Big Cass versus
X.
Yeah.
To be fair, you could put tonight Big Cass versus John Cena, and people would not pay for tickets. They just wouldn't, because it wouldn't be interesting. Cena's going over.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, that really annoyed me. That really, really annoyed me. It's like, yeah, worse than like giving R-Truth the mic and saying rap your song every time you come out. No, I preferred when you came out in silence talking to yourself.
Yeah,
or as a fucking Confederate soldier. That was amazing, by the way. That was actually entertaining. But nevertheless, number 2, Y2J. Yay. We like Y2J. We like him. And I hate Lawler. And Big Cass does not look 7 foot tall. Because he doesn't. He really doesn't look that big. And they were like, if he wins the Rumble, he'd join some of the biggest ever winners of the Royal Rumble. Like The Undertaker and somebody else I can't remember the name of. Neither of whom are 7 foot tall. You fucking morons. So, yeah. That kind of frustrated me. Callisto, whatever he's called.
Yeah.
No idea why he was there. I have no notes. I've literally put Callisto, dash. That's it. Uninteresting. Not bothered. Go
Standard lucha.
Yeah. But standard filling up the ring. Mojo, he's awful and an idiot. Yeah, no. Yeah, he's really annoying.
It sounds like something you say to like your daughter's first boyfriend or something. You an idiot.
It's probably something I will say to my daughter's first boyfriend. I might not put it quite so nicely. But yeah, no, he is just a fucking knob. And I think it's at this point because obviously Mojo Rawley is an idiot and decides I'm going to run down to the ring and expend all my energy, a la Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if it's Graves or Lawler goes, it's 65 yards from the stage to the ring. I was like, I highly doubt it's 65 yards. That's a fucking long way. But it looks like a long-ass ramp.
Yeah.
And he sprints down there and starts randomly throwing punches at no one who don't sell. And then I think he gets booted in his face by a big Cass for his troubles. And I'm pretty confident he actually got kicked. So I was like, yep, idiot. And at this point, Jericho has the longest time ever in the Royal Rumble. He's been in for over 4 hours. Over his career. I think it was his 12th Rumble this. So that took him above Michaels and I can't remember who else was.
Possibly Kane, I think, comes.
No,
not
Mysterio. Might have been Kane. But the other thing that they did mention is, and I quite like, because we were talking about Shawn Michaels, is that only 2 people have ever won the Royal Rumble from number 1. Shawn Michaels, and they don't mention the other one.
Stevie Richards.
They just don't mention him. Which, you know what? I don't mind that. You don't have to, because anybody who knows anything knows what you're on about.
Yeah, Stevie Richards.
It's Chris Benoit.
Stevie Richards.
So yeah, and then number 5, Jack Gallagher, who I didn't expect to see. Mainly because he's British, and I really didn't think that they'd let anybody in. But and then King says something bad because he has to put down the British guys and the guys who are smaller. And I've written the word cunt. I believe it's something derogatory about his moustache or his hair. Oh, it might have been his umbrella. Something along those lines.
And yeah, it's well shit on Lawler's crown, his shitty t-shirts.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically him being Jerry Lawler.
His mullets they had back in 96 or whatever.
Him being a pedo.
Yeah.
All of the above. And to be fair, Jack Gallagher comes in and does what I believe he's there to do, which is provide some comedy relief, which he does with the umbrella, which I believe is called William III. Or Sir William III.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to be fair, I actually thought the comedy was quite humorous. I thought it was quite good. Did a little bit of work with Jericho, so that was quite nice. But as you notice, the ring started to fill up already. Number 6, Mark Henry. And Michael Cole calls him a Hall of Famer. And I was like, he's
he
not
rides down to the ring in his cart.
Yeah, well, no, he did walk down to the ring. It took a fucking long time because he was busy, hot dogging with the crowd. Because he's a Texas native, and they're in Texas.
I thought he was one in the carts.
No. So Mark Henry comes down. He's not in the Hall of Fame, just so you know. He's just not. Jack Gallagher's gone. He gets eliminated at this point, but he, what they call the Mary Poppins spot, decides to jump off the top rope with his umbrella open, like he's trying to fly.
It's
yeah,
really good.
It's really funny. But yeah, he gets eliminated, and I'm fine with that. It was, it was a comedy spot, and I quite liked I thought it was good comedy, and he had a relatively good showing for obviously a small guy coming out in the Royal Rumble. Yeah. Number 7, Braun Strowman, who kills everybody, and then he eliminates Mojo Rawley. Yay! He eliminates Big Cass. Yay! And Kalisto eliminated as well. Yay! And then of course that leaves Mark Henry the only one in the ring, and they have a face-off. And I actually put a note that I thought Braun Strowman actually looked a lot more impressive than I expected. Though obviously these guys that he's eliminated aren't, they're not the top of the card. They're obviously jobbers. But what I remember of Braun Strowman was him looking really, really slow and not very athletic, and it being dead boring. And to be fair, I actually came out of this spot thinking, actually, he looks half decent. It looks like he looks more impressive than I imagined. And like that, they call him the monster among men. That's the gimmick they're going with. And I thought this gave him a good showing. And they do the face-off with Mark Henry, because obviously Mark Henry's in his home state, and we've got to give Mark Henry a spot. Bear in mind, we're only at number 7 here, people. Yeah? In the Rumble. And Henry gets eliminated by Braun Strowman. Sami Zayn's next at number 8. And obviously they've been feuding, and it was like, of course, so I saw that coming. And then the Big Slow comes in at number 9, just so that they can do the fucking stupid, it's Big Man versus Big Man again. But bear in mind, you'd done this spot 4 minutes ago.
Yeah. With
Mark Henry, so why are you doing it again? What purpose does this serve? Yeah. So Big Show comes out and starts throwing his shitty body punches that I put here looks like he's milking a cow. Because it does. It looks like he's vigorously trying to get milk out of the cow's udder. Yeah.
They're also the man with the worst spear in the business.
Yeah. It's a clusterfuck. He does that thing. They do the thing where he barrels into him, trying to throw the shitty body punches, which is what I'm trying to describe to you. And he basically he tries to throw Braun Strowman out, can't do it, and then Strowman throws him out. And they spend an eternity with him basically doing like a one-armed handstand over that, like on the ring apron. They spend an eternity there. And then he eventually just falls out. I was thinking, Sami Zayn will come in and do like a drop kick. Yeah. And he'll fall out or something like that. Even to the midsection, and he can still take the fall that he takes anyway, because he basically pivots on that hand and lands on his feet. But they don't do that. It just take fucking ages, and then he just pushes him out anyway. And I'm like, yep, that was well worth it. Now, number 10, the perfect 10, Di Dillinger, who is over as fuck. Way more over than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I've only just got the network. I haven't had a chance to watch some NXT shows and stuff. I know he's been in the NXT title picture and had a few losing efforts and stuff, I believe. But he was really over, and I was still I was quite impressed with him. And obviously, he forms, like an alliance almost with Sami Zayn, because they've got Braun Strowman, the big man. And as they always do in the Royal Rumble, the smaller guys have to gang up on the bigger men because that's the only way you can get them out. But it was just punch cake, and I was, like I say, surprised by how over he was. Number 11, Ellsworth. Yes.
Oh, Christ.
But he won't go in the ring. And they spend more time talking about his girlfriend than they do him. And he still won't get in the ring. 2 minutes later, he's still not in the ring. Dean Ambrose comes out, and Ellsworth gets eliminated immediately. So, essentially what happens in this spot, Dean Ambrose comes out, Braun Strowman staring him down, and he convinces Ellsworth that, we'll take him out together. And then he goes to run in the ring with him and stops. And Ellsworth basically runs in, gets picked up, gets thrown out, and then Ambrose goes in. It's literally that quick. It's not the fastest elimination ever, but it was, we saw it happening. It was enough in elimination. It was enough in... They put him in the match for the sake of putting him in the match.
Yeah. Another body.
It did nothing for his character. It furthered nothing. It gave no feuds. It did nothing. It just happened. Number 13, Baron Corbin, who, as I've already stated, I was impressed with. Yeah. And I've got some more stuff about him coming up later. But again, he at this spot, I was impressed with him again. I thought it was quite a nice touch. He came out, he was number 13, and then on his jeans, it has a number 13 on the back. Which I thought, that was quite good, actually. I was like, I bet not a lot of people noticed that. It's a little, nod to it.
It's like it was all planned.
Yeah, which of course it was. But, I thought it was good. It was something different. So then Dillinger gets eliminated, which was like a course of boos, that was like one of the bigger reactions of the night. Yeah. Really, they didn't get the boos for that. And then Strowman gets eliminated by Corbin. Now this is what I mean by I was impressed, because obviously I'm not saying that I was impressed because Strowman's like this big man eater and all that stuff. But Strowman comes off looking impressive because of the amount of people he's eliminated. He looked dominating.
Okay.
But Corbin comes in and looks just as dominating. For a guy who, as we've already mentioned, he doesn't. For a big guy, he doesn't seem like a big guy. He doesn't have. It's not that he doesn't have the presence, but it's hard to put your finger on it. What's missing.
Yeah.
But he looked really good in this match. And in that elimination, it was like the way they did it was impressive, and it made him seem almost more than I'd thought, like more than he's appeared to me in the past. So I'm kind of high on this character, considering a few months ago, right back at like podcast 1, I was kind of like, well, what you do with him? He's not going to do anything. It don't mean anything. Blah blah blah. So I'm quite shocked. Kofi's number 14. And of course, it doesn't make any. The only reason Kofi Kingston's there is because so they can talk about how great he is and how he he doesn't get eliminated and stuff. The spot that he does in this one is the worst one so far.
Yay!
Because he climbs up to the top rope. He climbs up to the top rope, and it must be Corbin. Goes to try and eliminate him, and he jumps back onto the ring post.
Right.
I can't. It must be Corbin. That's the only guy I can think is still in the ring. Tries to take a swipe at him, and he hops over it and lands on his chest on the ring post. Ugh. Yeah, that was the noise I made. It went, and then carries on. That's his elimination spot this year. Because he didn't do anything else. That was his elimination spot. I was like, that must have hurt and was just shit. Like the walking on the hands thing, great. The walking along the barricade, that was even good. Yeah. But that one was shit. That just sucked. You know what I mean? You can only do them for so long before you run out of ideas or before they get less and less spectacular. So, stop it now. They don't need to talk about it anymore. They don't need to, mention every time that, how's he going to escape elimination this year? Because that's literally all they did on commentary.
He's used some spectacular ways to avoid being eliminated.
Yeah, but he always fucking gets eliminated in the end.
Yeah.
So, what does it matter? Miz comes out. Maurice's wow is what I've written down. Wow, that's... Yeah. So, this must be where they just... So, that's what I put for Miz. Comes out. Sheamus. Boo. So we were just talking about how pissed off he is because he's already lost the tag titles on the pre-show, I believe it was. This is something I have pointed out. Chris Jericho, when the Big Show comes out, Chris Jericho tries to give him a code breaker and gets a weapon of mass destruction and gets knocked out. And either the refs pull him out or he falls out of the ring under the bottom rope. He comes back in right at this moment in time when Sheamus comes in, gets bro kicked and gets knocked out under the bottom rope. So Chris Jericho has been knocked out and sat on the floor for about 10 minutes, comes back in, gets immediately knocked out and goes and sits on the floor for about 10-15 minutes.
Not a bad plan.
I thought he was brilliant. Then Big E comes out. So obviously you're leading towards the whole New Day coming out now. Yeah. And as you might have realised, your mid-card wrestlers are coming out and your tag team wrestlers are coming out. So we're going to start filling up the ring again. Standard WWE formula for a Royal Rumble. Rusev comes out. I put Lana would get it. If I was single. So, yeah, not really much else to say. He's got a thing on his face. I assume he has broken cheekbone or nose or something. Or kayfabe he does.
I don't even know.
Yeah, no. His character is slowly being ruined. Xavier Woods, or as I put, Consequences Creed, comes out. So you've got the whole of the New Day in, because we're building the tag teams up here. Cesaro, I missed Cesaro out, so again, tag teams. And he's still doing the swing thing. Just basically does a Cesaro song to everyone.
Yeah. Except
Sheamus, who he was going to do it to, and then I think it's Sami Zayn kicks him in the head or something. So, yeah, I've actually written down, basically got the mid-card in the ring. Bray Wyatt, number 21. I've written nothing. Apollo Crews, number 22. And now, I think I've put down that these were boring chants, but I actually think they were Goldberg chants, like when I re-listened to it.
Yeah.
So, again, everybody knows Goldberg was going to be in the Royal Rumble, so they've already started calling for him. Like I say, you've kind of got your mid-card in the ring. This is probably about the time when this usually happens. But then the New Day get eliminated. All three of them get eliminated. Cesaro and Sheamus essentially eliminate each other and then do the whole, we're pissed off at each other, we're going to break up. Even though those tag teams existed for, 4 weeks. So, nobody cares. We've already done a best of 7 between them. We do not want to see it again. We were bored then.
Yeah.
Randy Orton, number 23. Fuck off, Jerry Lawler, you idiot. Because Randy Orton's music hits, and Jerry Lawler goes, out of nowhere. It's not, the move's not fucking called that. He's not called that. Why are you saying that? He's not done anything yet. But, of course, King's an idiot. So that pissed me off. And then, of course, he does start going RKO crazy and RKOing everybody. And to every single one of them, out of nowhere. No, of course, it was out of fucking somewhere because he does the move. Oh, look, the guy's jumping off the top rope. Guess what? He's going to RKO him. We all saw it fucking coming.
Yeah. Every time, Randy Orton's down, it's like, ooh, top rope. When he's about 10 foot away.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like he's moving towards it and watching for the guy coming.
Exactly.
So he can just leap up and RKO him.
Yeah. So, really pissed me off that point, actually. But this is why I hate Jerry Lawler. I hate him on commentary. I've hated him for years. He's been phoning it in for years. And I'm sorry, but he's absolute waste of time. He's not up to date at all. And I know that he's on a Legends contract now and he's taken a step back. Thank fucking God.
Yeah.
Just get him off my pay-per-view now. I don't want to listen to him. I don't want him there. Go away. Go away. Your man's job. Go away. I'm not saying Atunga's up to it, but just go away. Jerry Lawler. No. Just no. Dolph Ziggler, number 24, to no reaction. Goldberg chance. More Goldberg chance. Luke Harper, number 25. And Apollo Crews eliminates him. And then, for some reason, a Luke Harper face turn. Because he goes after everyone. Including the Wyatt family. Well, mainly Bray. And Randy Orton immediately jumps to Bray's aid. Which works. I like that. Works for me. It's a bit of a dynamic. We had a match earlier on in that between those two. There's a bit of a feud going on. Don't mind that.
Yeah.
It's alright. Yeah, keep it going. Brock Lesnar comes out. And he's the only one so far to have had pyro. So we know he's a big deal and part-time. Ambrose is gone. Ziggler's gone. Enzo Amore comes out and gets murdered and eliminated by Lesnar faster than Ellsworth did. And to quote Corey Graves, I'm so glad this idiot is coming out now. He's going to get killed. Yeah, that was satisfying. He literally comes in and gets absolutely murdered and then just thrown over the top rope. So, don't mind that. Goldberg comes out with pyro, so we know it's a big deal and part-time. Oh, God. And I've actually put, looks like Oldberg. Because he does. He looks old and thin and frail. To me, I don't mind, like I've said before, I don't mind them bringing back previous stars.
Yeah.
I don't mind Goldberg coming back. The difference is, The Rock comes back and looks great. Brock Lesnar comes back and looks like a threat. Looks like he did in the UFC. The Undertaker comes back and kind of looks like The Undertaker. I'm still not keen on The Undertaker coming back. I'm just not. But we'll come on to that. But Goldberg come back and doesn't look like himself. Yeah. He used to look really, really intimidating. And even though not the tallest guy, he was big, muscular frame, and he looked like, oh, he's going to run through you. Like a bulldozer type of thing. Yeah. Doesn't look like that anymore. He just looks old. I like look at him and I think, yeah, I have a shot at beating you in a fight. Yeah, I could probably take you. Which is not good, because you're trying to build this guy as the guy who's beaten the Beast, the guy who's beating the guy who beat the Undertaker streak, the guy who beat the most threatening man in WWE today. In fact, it's not even just the most threatening. The guy who murks the guy who's supposed to be the most threatening guy. He beat me in 1 minute and 26 seconds, which they keep hammering down your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not keen. So, yeah, well, Goldberg eliminates Brock Lesnar. Again, murking him. It's just a spear and then throws him out, pretty much. And I was kind of like, oh, right. Yeah, wait until they start talking about, oh, it's because he targets the diverticulitis. That's what it'll be. He targets that weak midsection. Nah, yeah. Taker comes out with pyro because he's a part-timer and old and just for men. He's definitely on the just for men. His hair and his beard were blacker than they were 40 years ago. It looks ridiculous.
Considering Taker's ginger.
Well, he looks totally ridiculous. And this pissed me off because he comes out and basically him and Goldberg going on an elimination spree. Rusev gets eliminated by Goldberg, making Rusev look weak. Corbin gets eliminated by Taker, which makes Corbin look weak after he made him look really, really impressive earlier in the match. And he just gets eliminated like any other bitch.
They've both been in for a while then, haven't they?
Oh, yeah. So Corbin has been in since number 13 and we're at number 29 now. So he's been in for about 40 minutes, I think they said. So that's pretty good.
Rusev came in at 18.
Yeah, Rusev was in at 18. So, again, okay, they've been in for a while. But it's not... The people who are eliminating you don't need the rub.
Yeah.
They don't need it. They're part-time. Why are you making the young... Baron Corbin should be... Just based on the last 2 matches that I've seen him in, the last 2 pay-per-views, should be somebody that you're saying, this is going to be the future. This is a future star. And you're having him fucking job out to 50-year-old men. For no reason. For nothing. Pisses me off. So then, Luke Harper gets eliminated by Goldberg. Another man who should be getting pushed. Who you have literally just started to push in your main event picture. Oh, gets eliminated by some fucking old guy who's grey. Grey! Can't even be overusing just for men. Can't afford it, probably. Fuck's sake. Goldberg gets eliminated by The Undertaker and starts crying because his dream was to win the Royal Rumble and then go on to main event WrestleMania and win the world title. Oh, wait, guess what? He's got a match at Fastlane anyway for the world title.
Hey guys, check out NowThatI'mOlder.com every Thursday for a brand new episode of the podcast, Now That I'm Older. It's a show about how getting older sucks but can be awesome at the exact same time with your host, Shane Smith.
Woo! Wheeling, dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun!
And Ken Baldwin.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
We talk about things that happened to us when we were younger. We talk about some random news stories, and we basically just sit around and shoot the shit. So check out NowThatI'mOlder.com every Thursday for a brand new episode. Thanks a lot.
So, yes, Goldberg, crying. Pussy. But yeah, don't forget, comes out next night and Raw, whines and complains a bit, gets a match at Fastlane. So, did it matter? No. And then I put Roman Reigns, boos ring out. As they should. Because
Did he get pyro?
No, he didn't get pyro. Despite being number 30.
Full time.
Yeah, full time. And, you know, yeah. Taker as a gut. It's the first time I realised Taker actually looks fat now. Really fat. Then I've got Miz is gone. Sami Zayn's gone. Y2J's at 59 minutes now, which I thought was quite impressive. Taker has been gone. Roman Reigns eliminates The Undertaker because it's his yard now and he's the big dog in his yard. Yeah, no, that was really that. But this will bring us on to what I think they're going to do at WrestleMania, which is going to have Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker, which will be shit.
Yeah, well, it's the sort of the leaning towards. I've heard rumours that he's going to be Cena Taker or Reigns Taker.
They're going to have Reigns versus The Undertaker and have Roman Reigns go over because he needs the rub. That match will suck balls.
Yeah.
That match will be awful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what they're going to do. Well, at least that's what they're building up to with the Rumble. So, nah, not looking forward to that. Just now. I put, Roman Reigns eliminates Jericho. Yay. No. Final 3, Wyatt, Orton, and Reigns. And I was like, yes, beatdown. It was like, no, Bray's gone. And then Orton wins. I was like, yay. And I put, crowd cheer, just because Roman Reigns lost. It was basically anyone other than this guy.
Yeah.
And it was. And again, this is where we'll carry on a bit, is they've set up Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. Nobody wants to see that, but they're going to do it because Roman Reigns, for some reason, is Vince McMahon's boy. And of course, like I say, he needs the rub. Randy Orton going over and winning the Rumble, at this moment in time, I wasn't happy about it, but I wasn't against it.
Right.
When I suddenly realised, fuck, they're going to do Orton Cena again, I was like, bollocks.
Yeah, the entire internet sort of face palmed about it's like, really, again?
Yeah. So I'm glad that they didn't do that. And then, if you carry on in the storyline, obviously, basically my final note on the Royal Rumble was that Baron Corbin was the most impressive character. I thought he had the most impressive outing until his elimination, which made him look kind of like a bitch.
Okay.
Which pissed me off. But other than that, it was a standard formula for a Royal Rumble. It was a standard Royal Rumble. There was no surprises. There wasn't even like a big... normally they have the one guy from NXT come out and look really, really good. Ty Dillinger come out. He did a bit, but they didn't make him look impressive. He didn't do anything spectacular. It's just punch kick and like a standard Rumble match is. I know everybody was pissed off that Samoa Joe didn't come out, but he did obviously the next night on Raw. So it was average at best, if not bad, just because they're fucking putting the old guys over at the end. Making all your up-and-coming stars look weak, which they didn't need to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know, what were your thoughts on Orton winning?
It was one of them when it's like, obviously before Elimination Chamber, it's like, oh yeah, we get Cena Orton again, yeah. No, said no one in wrestling at all.
Yeah.
But then it's like after Elimination Chamber, I was talking on the RAD about it, and I sort of said, well, I reckon they're going to sort of do a whole bait and switch and lean towards the triple threat at Mania. So you're going to have like Wyatt, Orton, Harper, possibly. But it seemed like they're just leaning towards just doing Orton or Wyatt, possibly.
This is what I thought. I thought they'll do it so it becomes a triple threat.
Yeah.
With the Wyatt family, and that would have been really, really good. Actually, I wouldn't have minded that. Obviously, with the way they've progressed it, it's looking like they're just going to do Orton versus Wyatt, and now Orton's for some reason decided, no, I'm no longer part of the Wyatt family, even though. The week after the Rumble, he comes out, pledges his allegiance, and essentially says that I'm not going to take on Bray Wyatt. I'm not going to do it. Week later, no, I've changed my mind. What do you mean? I've just randomly changed my mind. I've just decided I can't be bothered with that anymore. I'm not doing that. Oh, right. Excellent. Yeah, fucking great storytelling, that. Which smacks of, creative has nothing else for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to be on Mania? Yeah. Can't really be bothered coming up with a new storyline. Yeah, fuck it. Just normal match. It's going to suck. It's just
It'll probably be first on, if anything.
oh well, yeah, it might be. It better not be. It just that could have been. You could have built something there. It could have. You had the opportunity to do something different, to do something new, and like there was talk of them teasing having Orton going and using his Royal Rumble win to go take on being the Goldberg-Lesnar match, which is going to be for the title or whatever, or even having Goldberg get beat by Kevin Owens by some magic and whatever. But I wouldn't have minded that. It's something. Your issue you got is that your champion, obviously, your champion is built on a stable, and now, okay, yeah, you're going and saying, oh, well, he doesn't need him anymore. He's going out on his own. But it was in the way that you'd spent so long building that storyline and making us basically making us believe that Randy Orton is in it for the long haul, the change of character. It's entertaining. But now you've just kind of gone, nah, he's going back to the same old guy. He's still the same. We've not done anything different. Yeah. Forget it. Forget what we've just seen. Forget the past so many months. He's always been the Viper. He's still the Viper. He still wants the world title. Yeah. Shh. You didn't see that. Shh. Go to sleep. Forget that. Shh. Yeah. Right. No, I'm too smart for you. Just yeah. It's gonna suck. But they might pull it round and they might end up doing the triple threat. Fine, don't mind. Do it. In fact, do the triple threat and even have a screwjob finish. Not that you should ever do a screwjob finish at WrestleMania, but I don't care. Do a screwjob finish. Have Eric Rowan come back and fucking cost Orton the title or some shit. Yeah, something. I don't mind, but I don't want to see the same shit. And I'm sure at some point we've already done Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton in a feud.
Yeah, well, there was part of the whole thing. I'm sure that wasn't part of the whole thing. Joining the Wyatt family. Yeah.
So why are we rewatching it? Why are we rehashing it? For the biggest show of the year, for your marquee show, and let's rehash something that you've already seen on pay-per-view. Yeah.
Always lie.
Well, no. It just...
Menu, mate.
Yeah, but it might well be, but that's the point. This is your marquee show. This is a show that people watch. You try and get people to come watch, to stop watching your product again, to buy your network. You have a massive bump in network subscriptions the month of Mania. For the one reason only, that they come and they watch Mania, and you keep half of them. Yeah? Just because they forget to cancel. Yeah? I'm sorry, but do something different and maybe you'll keep 75% of them. Maybe we'll keep 3/4 of them rather than half.
I think there's part of that thing with the whole, especially with the Okada Omega match and how many people have watched that. I think they probably sort of watched that closely and gone, so right, we need to somehow find a way to top that. And it's like, oh, I know, Lesnar Goldberg, and everyone's going, no.
Yeah, but again, Goldberg, we fucking seen it and we hated it. Why are we entertained now? You watched that WrestleMania. I watched that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So cold Steve Austin was in the ring at that WrestleMania and fucking couldn't save it.
Yeah.
Even he calls it one of the worst matches of all time. It was horrible. Why are we entertained now? Are you not supposed to entertain? No! I'm not! I'm not!
Do you need a cookie, Bunkell?
I've just...
Do you need a cookie and some juice?
Yeah. I need some fucking milk. No. It's just... Tell me I'm wrong. Give me some way that they're going to save it. Save it.
Save
Book
WrestleMania.
It. Yeah, book it.
It's a fucking tall order there, mate.
Let's run down your card. Goldberg. Goldberg versus Lesnar.
Lesnar, right? Okay.
For the world for the WWE title. Not interested. Undertaker versus Roman Reigns, not interested. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton, not interested.
To go back to Goldberg-Lesnar, predictable.
Oh, yeah. But this is the thing. They start building to these matches now.
Yeah.
So we know how this is playing out.
We've got Fastlane to get through yet, which is Sunday. 2 days away.
I will watch it.
Probably today when I put this episode out. In reference.
I will watch it. Yeah. And I will hate it. Guaranteed. Unless if Kevin Owens goes over by some fucking magic. It will be like some, some elven magic or some shit. Yeah. Then you might actually save WrestleMania.
Jericho open out the stick of truth. It was a plan all along.
Well, it might be, but that'd be fine. I'd be all right with that. Screwjob finish. I don't care. It's a B pay-per-view. You can. This is what these pay-per-views are for, so you can get through them with screwjob finishes and get a few people to tune in. Goldberg-Lesnar doesn't need the world title in the match. He doesn't need any title. Just do it, get it over and done with, because you've been building up to it and nobody wants to see it. Just do it. Cancel. Get over and done with. Big Show versus Shaquille O'Neal. Oh my God.
If it happens.
It won't happen. I'll tell you what's really, really not interesting about that is Shaquille O'Neal has been retired, 10 years? Maybe more. Yeah. So why is he relevant? He's not fucking relevant. He is no longer in the public eye. Why are you calling him out? He's not relevant.
A match for a year in the making with no hype.
Or build. Just all I see is like pictures of the Big Show. Big Show's lost 70 pounds thanks to John Cena, and he's look at his ab muscles. Yeah, he still looks fat. And he's getting ready for a match that nobody wants to see, and that has no build, and we don't know why they're doing it.
Yeah, and Shaquille O'Neal is like possibly backing out of it now or something.
Yeah, because he's there apparently.
Yeah.
But the man's not a wrestler.
There's a whole thing I saw about Big Show. He's like, I'm in the gym and I'm working out every day and I'm like watching what I eat and stuff. And he's like, Shaquille O'Neal just sat at home watching cartoons and eating donuts. It's like, I thought he'd be serious about this, and he's apparently not. It's like, Shaquille O'Neal's like, yeah, I just don't know if I can be bothered doing it.
Yeah, but why? Like, why does he need to?
He doesn't. It's just,
exactly.
He was in the Armed Event Battle Royal last year. So why?
Yeah.
Why was a celebrity in it with no prior announcement?
Well, exactly. The kind of point of having a celebrity on the show is that you announce it. Well, this is standard Big Show booking at WrestleMania, though. He always has a bullshit match that means nothing. Yeah. Even when he fucking won the Intercontinental title and beat Cody Rhodes and fucking cried again. But it was a nothing match. It didn't mean anything. It didn't matter.
It was not like
when was the last time the Big Show was important? Probably a decade ago.
His debut.
Probably, yeah. But no, think about it, right? What does the Big Show do? When do you see him on Raw? You don't. When do you actually see him in the WWE ring? Oh, I tell you what. I see him when the post pops up on my news feed that in a dark match after the show ended, Brock Lesnar came out and issued an open challenge, and then the Big Show answers it every single fucking night, gets F5'd and loses.
Yeah.
Every single night.
Yeah.
Stop it. You're not important. You've been beaten by him already. What makes you think you can win this time? What makes you think you can win a match against Shaquille O'Neal? You're not important. Go away. I'm not trying to say this man shouldn't go out and earn money. I'm not trying to say that he shouldn't have a job. But in wrestling, you are not important anymore. Calling out celebrities is not a way to put yourself over. Braun Strowman eliminating you from the Royal Rumble meant nothing. It was more impressive when he eliminated Mark Henry than it was you. Because every single year you get eliminated in the same fucking fashion. And it's always, well, I'm the Big Show, I'm the biggest athlete, I'm the world's biggest athlete. Yeah, but you always get fucking eliminated.
Yeah.
You never do anything. You always lose. And then you cry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I've said before on this show that I hate the Big Show, and I can't bear it. But yeah, it mainly is a fucked card. It is.
Oh, dear.
I'll tell you what, fantasy booking, right? If you're not going to do the triple threat, yeah, and you're not going to do a screw job finish at WrestleMania because it's WrestleMania, yeah. Bray Wyatt goes over clean in 15 minutes. That's it. Nothing changes. No screw job. No out of nowhere. None of this, that, the other. You book a match where he's consistently going for the Sister Abigail, and then doesn't hit it until the end, and it's one finisher. He's worked with Randy Orton for the past several months. He's got the RKO scouted, so he can't hit the RKO. Yeah, so Randy Orton has to try and think of something new, and basically can't do it. Comes up short, and it's a straight match. That's it. That's the only way you can do it, and they won't do that. Guarantee they won't do that. They'll do a standard WWE booking, and if they don't have a screw job, it'll be back and forth, trading finishers, and then for some daft reason, Bray Wyatt will go to the top rope and get top rope arcade.
Yeah.
We can all see it coming. But he's never been to, don't worry, he's never been to top rope in his fucking career.
I think if anything, it'd be, I'd say you sort of go the other way and be a screw job on Bray.
Yeah.
Of like, he does the whole thing like Eric Rowan comes out or something and he stood like bottom of the ramp and Bray Wyatt's doing the usual looking over the rope, and you got Michael Cole like jizzing, going like just jizzing everywhere mentally about RKO, he's going for the, oh look at him King, he's like yeah I can see it.
Yeah.
But look at him King, look at him, he's coiled.
He's coiled.
Yeah, ready to strike everywhere. And then Wyatt just turns around, RKO and gets free count, and everyone's going, oh, got a bear.
Yeah.
Like no one will give a shit about it. Like,
no. I'm just like,
and Cole will be there, just like trying to redo his hair and sort of just brushing it off and
yeah. Trying to move the stickiness off his shorts.
Yeah.
The thing you can see it's predictable.
Yeah.
The word that you use for Lesnar Goldberg is predictable, and that's what this is. It's predictable, and people were tired of Randy Orton 8 years ago, and you're not even going to you're not going to do anything different with his character. You're just going to revert back.
Yeah.
To something that we thought we'd finally got away from. You're just going to revert back. If Randy Orton says he's bored of it, why won't I be?
Yeah.
I am. So yeah, you've limited yourself again, and I hate it. I'd be more interested to see what the match AJ Styles has, or Corbin. I'd be more interested in that what will probably be an Intercontinental title match with Ambrose. Because he'll go over, and I bet that's an alright match. There's
been no mention or nothing I've seen about AJ on the menu yet, so he's got a slot in somewhere, surely.
Of course he will, but I mean the only things I've seen is obviously they did, because Orton wasn't going to use his Royal Rumble spot, they had the Battle Royal for the number one contendership, and they double eliminated each other, Harper and AJ. And then they did the number one's contenders match between Harper and AJ. And I think Harper won, but then because Randy Orton has decided he's going to use this thing, they said, there's no number one contender now. Which is kind of shit, to be honest. But then again, that's how they could lead into the triple threat, because they like doing the whole talking smack afterward, don't they? Yeah. And if he kicks off big style and starts kicking shit out of Daniel Bryan or something like that, then you could understand why they'd push it. Yeah, and I think the last talk I heard about AJ Styles was AJ Styles, Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. Which, you go, alright, yeah. Huh, didn't really think about that. Because Shane McMahon's just crazy enough to do something daft. Our match won't mean anything, but it'll be entertaining.
Shane, AJ, why don't you Styles clash me off the ramp?
Yeah, but it'll be something daft like that, won't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
And I don't... Though the match probably won't mean anything, I don't mind. I just don't mind. I'm fine with that. I'm alright with that. I don't mind it. Do it. It's a nothing match, but nowadays WrestleMania don't mean anything. It's treated like any other pay-per-view. It's just a fucking extra hour longer. Or 2.
But the problem is now with the brand split again, you've got like 2 of each title to go through, as well as any sort of normal matches they have to throw in there. Because surely they're going to do like, if they're setting up Owens to lose at Fastlane, they're going to surely lean towards Jericho and Owens at Mania.
Yeah, but what? Again, that's the talk is. Well, at least my understanding of the talk is that Jericho's going off on tour again.
Yeah.
So what normally happens is he puts somebody over and then goes off on tour. So that'll just be to try and give Kevin Owens whatever kind of a push that he can. I'm fine with that. It won't be that entertaining. It might probably be a decent match, but we know the outcome. And again, this is why I'm not overly hyped for WrestleMania, because I know the outcome of 90% of the matches before they even get caught, before they start. But they might. I don't know. The last time they swerved me is they had Lesnar go over the Undertaker. That was a few years ago. That's the last time they probably got me, because obviously you think, no, they're not going to end straight. They can't be asked. But
then that goes back to the whole thing of like, why continue it afterward?
Well, that's it. That's what I don't understand. Why keep having him win? There's no reason for it.
Yeah.
Pointless. But whatever. If it like they're gonna, there's going to be a women's title match from each show. Though SmackDown's women's title, fuck knows what's going on with that. To be fair, fuck knows what's going on with the Raw one. There was talk of John Cena and Nikki versus The Miz and Maurice.
Oh, I heard about
That'll suck. I don't want to see that. I'm not interested in that match. No. Maurice doesn't wrestle for a reason. Because whether it's because she's not signed a contract means that she doesn't have to, or whatever it may be. I like to think it's because she understands that women's wrestling isn't the same as it was when she was wrestling.
Yeah.
When she was wrestling, you could get away with being sloppy because your match lasted 5 minutes, if that, and all you had to do was look really, really hot, which she does. Nikki should understand the same. She's a shit wrestler, a really shit wrestler, who is dangerous. Every time I've seen her in the ring, she's fucking dropped someone. She looks dangerous. And not in a good way. So, again, I'm not interested in seeing that match. I've seen The Miz versus John Cena. I know how this ends. I've seen it several fucking times, and all you'll do is bury The Miz again, which will totally discredit all the momentum he's built up over the past several months. So, no, I don't want to see that. Yeah.
Fair point. It's going to be a tough slog, man. As long as it's not on until like nearly 5 a.m. again, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Last year was a killer.
I think I caught last year's. Did I catch last year's?
I don't think you watched it. I think you watched it afterwards.
I think I watched it after.
Live,
I don't remember staying up and watching it live. But again, I'm not. I probably will try. I'm going to stay up and watch this one. We'll see how it goes. That's all I can say. But at the moment, it's not shaping up to be great.
Last year's one of them. It was like it got to like I think it hit 3:45, and I was like, God, it must be nearly finished now. It's like, hold on, there's still 2 matches. There's a match on now, and there's still 2 to go.
Yeah.
One of them is Reigns Triple H or whoever it was. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So
I say it's not for me.
But we'll watch it and we'll critique it and we'll say it's shit, and then we'll do the same next year and the year after and the year after until it improves.
Of course we'll. Of course we'll. That's what we're here for.
But so I'm going to hopefully try and, if I've got the Saturday evening free, I'm going to try and watch TakeOver live as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's on the... Yeah, because the Hall of Fame's on the Friday now, so the TakeOver's on the Saturday. So
right.
hopefully.
That might be a good show.
the takeovers normally. I don't get why people give them a bad thing because I normally quite enjoy them.
I've not watched any of them yet. I plan on doing now. I have the network. I plan on going back and watching quite a few matches, quite a few shows.
I recommend the very first takeover.
All right, yeah, definitely.
I had Emma and Paige. I think was it Neville?
Oh, I think I've seen Emma and Paige actually.
Sami Zayn in the ladder match.
Right.
Really good.
Right, I'll have to watch that.
Kevin Owens NXT debut.
Yeah, I've seen
Worth
that.
a watch. Anything with AJ.
Yeah. But so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Again, let's hope they do something new. They won't, but there we go.
I partially want to see you start watching like some really old WCW. And then just be texting me going, why am I watching this? Yeah, it's like a train wreck. Yeah, I can't look away. I can't turn it off.
I've fucking seen Bash at the Beach 2000. Bash at the Beach 2000?
No, yes.
Yes, it is, yeah. Fucking hell.
Was that one you made me watch as well?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's the one I watched with you. You had the network, I didn't.
Yeah, but you were like, oh yeah, we've got to watch it. So,
Yeah.
Finger pointing and everything.
Yeah, no shit. WCW shit. Well, it's all yours now.
It's all mine.
Topic boy.
Yeah, because I have topics. No, just sort of moving away from WWE, really. First of all, a quick note that TNA is dead.
Yeah. In name only.
Yeah.
It's Impact Wrestling now.
But it's about time.
Yeah.
It's about time we killed TNA.
And Del Rio's a champ as of last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I read.
Which airs on the 9th of March, I think.
Fuck knows, I don't know how they do it anymore.
Yeah, the taping rather than live.
Right.
It's going to air on Spike TV in the UK. And Bobby Lashley is still like one of the top guys in the company.
Well, he's the only draw.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they lost to the rest of them.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Galloway, the Hardley Boys,
Yeah.
2 young whippersnappers. Mike Reed, is it Mike Reed or whatever he's called, and Maria.
Oh,
gone. I'm sure there's a few more, but they're not the main ones that have gone. And the Hardys had the tag belts.
Yeah, I know, and left. But that's, again, idiocy. We've seen that. I've seen that before, though, where they've put the belt on somebody on to try and make them stay, and then they've just left anyway. And you see that out of, well, low companies, really.
But then there's a whole debate thing of whether Matt Hardy can use his broken Matt Hardy character outside of TNA now with him being a free agent.
Well, to be fair,
because he's claiming he has the name and the copyright,
right?
Thing, but TNA, Impact
Wrestling, yeah, changed it. They changed it so much that
like give it 6 months, it'll be GFW Impact.
Yeah, probably. I'm all right with that. To be fair, like I said on an earlier podcast, and we both agreed, Jeff Jarrett being involved, though, no matter what you think of him, whether you're one of these who believes he broke 1,000 guitars and never drew a dime, or whether you actually think that he is the top of a mid-tier wrestler that has name value despite his age, which is what I believe. Jeff Jarrett being involved can only be a good thing for that company. It started out with Jeff Jarrett involved, and it got so far, and then some idiots bought it and ruined it, and the company that owns it now obviously have their own TV station, which is a bonus because then they actually have something to sustain them. I don't plan on watching TNA. Well, sorry, Impact Wrestling. Alberto Del Rio has never done it really for me. At the beginning when they did the vignettes of how he's like, a higher class Mexican and all this stuff, and then they, that was quite entertaining, and then they killed it proper quick because they realised it was kind of racist. was my understanding.
Yeah.
So fine, but ever since, it's not been entertaining, and it's not really been interesting to me. Bobby Lashley hasn't been interesting since his WWE run, and since he got knocked out by the gravedigger Chad Griggs in MMA, who was a guy weighing 60 pounds less than him. Back in Strikeforce of all places. Who else is there? Sandow, who could have been some really, really good in the WWE if they decided to push him, but they didn't for whatever reason. And, well, I don't really know what the hell his character's supposed to be.
No idea.
Have you seen it? With the fucking makeup and all that jazz. Yeah, no, it's weird.
And then you have sort of Cody Rhodes, just the name Cody, occasionally comes in.
Yeah.
And wrestles.
But again, Cody Rhodes is a good wrestler, but I'm more interested to see what he does in Japan than anything else. I'm more interested to see that side of it. Yeah. I'm not really interested in what he does in TNA, because he'll be a part-timer, which, fair dues to him, is, so he can travel the world and he won't sign. I can understand why you wouldn't sign an exclusive contract with him, because shy. So, yeah, I'm not. What is there to draw me to it?
Yeah.
Especially now the Hardys are gone.
Yeah.
Because that, especially if you read on the internet, that was the big draw. That was the big thing. You wanted to go see what the Hardys were up to. They're not there.
I think, if anything, it needs to get rid of whoever's doing the music or was doing the music or whatever.
Yeah.
Get rid of him. Get someone else in so every song doesn't sound the fucking same.
Yeah.
Get a new merch person in to design merchandise.
Yeah, because all of it looks trash.
Yeah, and just.
To be fair, what you really need to do is you need to stop going. I'll tell you what. This guy was in the WWE for a bit. He's a really big name. Let's put the belt on him.
Yeah.
No, stop it. Pick up someone from the Indies and just go, belt, run with it. Yeah? Give it to somebody that we might not have heard of them before, but somebody that you can establish as a star. Yeah? Like, I hate to go back to it, but like they essentially did with EC3. I know he was a WWE reject, but he never did anything in WWE. They didn't bring him in because he was in the WWE. Yeah? Because he never did anything. It was irrelevant in the WWE. He had a couple of vignette segments, and that was it. Yeah? Or whatever you want to call them. And then he came in as a completely new character, completely different. And they, whether they did it the right way or the wrong way, but they pushed him.
Yeah.
Yeah? And they made a star out of him, and then they just buried him behind these fucking WWE rejects again. Yeah, it's stupid. But that's bad decisions from the previous regime. This new regime, whoever they may be, whoever they hire to be in charge of the wrestling side of it, needs to understand how to generate stars, rather than hoping that this guy who's fallen from grace several years ago still has any juice. But do you plan on watching?
TNA, no.
It's free.
It doesn't mean it's going to be any better, mate.
I know, but I'm just saying. It means you'd have to buy a Sky Sports subscription. I like that.
True. Well, there's nothing that is enticing me in to want to watch it. It's like I've got the network.
Yeah, you'd rather watch old stuff on that.
I've got Chikaratopia. It's like I've got a full season 17 of Chikaratopia whatever Chikara's season is to binge through.
Right.
Of like their first ever bingeable content of wrestling or whatever.
Right.
So I've got that to watch. I've got the network to watch. Like, why do I want to see bloody EC3 and El Patron or whatever, who didn't really think much of him in the E,
Yeah. Well, that's just it. Like you say, you know, is a former star whose star never rise that high, despite being not having a massive push, really, on more than one occasion, and he still couldn't draw.
Yeah.
So why am I going to care now? His wrestling style hasn't changed. You know, there's nothing new about him. So, you know, you've not got my vote.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
But yeah, it's fuck TNA.
Yeah.
Well, Impact, whatever it's called. Just get away from TNA, get away from Impact, and just come up with something new.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're still using the 6-sider ring, whatever, but give us something that isn't blue.
Yeah.
That isn't called Impact or TNA.
It needs to be starting from the ground up.
Yeah. Which was Billy Corgan's intention.
Yeah.
But then...
Yeah, they didn't want him to do it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they must have some delusion that there's some value in that name, but there's not. It's the exact opposite. You hear it and you think, fuck off. Don't you?
Yeah.
Somebody goes, oh, watched Impact, I just think, why? What, have you not got something better to do with your life?
Yeah.
You know, play with your dick. Don't watch Impact. What?
I think TNA had broken Bunkell.
Not broken me. I just no.
You're broken, James Bunkell.
Just do something. Just do, like you say. It needs to be start again. Start again. So yeah, no, don't plan on watching. No, it doesn't interest me. Give me something new. I'll hear about it on fucking Facebook first.
Well, sort of switching gears back to the network, there was also there's talk of them getting. They're still talking to get the indie promotions on, as I've seen.
Yeah.
One of
Did
which
a survey on it.
There's that, but one of the ones they're still currently talking to is ICW.
Oh right, yeah.
They're talking, still wanting to get them sorting out. From what I've read, it's all rumours and stuff like that. So they want them to get all the trademarks from music and names and stuff sorted before they announce it officially.
Right.
But then the police are going to hold off announcing it until their TV shows set up and announced and official and stuff.
Right.
But it's looking promising.
Yeah, but that good. We both agreed on previous podcasts that that's something that would be good for these shows. You know, you get that bit of a markup, you get that bit of like help with your production and with how things look and stuff like that. And they don't take away all your business and whatnot. You still sell your own merch. But you get that extra bit from the WWE helping you along. It can only be a good thing. And I mean, I've seen a bit of ICW, I've seen it on YouTube and stuff like that. And you know, I like it. Yeah. It's good British wrestling. Yeah. And you know, some of the guys from there, obviously, I've seen in PCW, so I've seen them live and stuff. And it's good wrestling. They're good wrestlers. I'm happy with it. Happy for them. Good.
I quite like some of the storyline stuff to come out with at the time. So how they set things up was like when they had to announce that Foley couldn't make the big show last year at the Hydro.
Yeah.
Because he was the same night he was doing Survivor Series.
Right.
He wouldn't have had time to fly back.
Yeah.
And there's like whoever it was, Lionheart, whoever's there, was like with Mark Dallas, the owner in the ring. He's like, "Oh, your boy Foley's drops out, so who's gonna take his place?" They're apparently sending someone, and it's like Mark Dallas like walking down, just like looking a bit nervous.
Yeah.
And you just hear the heartbeat.
Yeah.
And it's like lights go out. And it's like it just comes up. You hear the old it's New Japan music.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like. Picture, it shows like a black shirt from like that level, fans up, and Finn Balor's just
yeah.
It's like Finn Balor coming to ICW, and everyone just fucking goes mental about it. So
yeah. Well, no, I said these are the things. It's like again, you talking about that almost. For lack of a better description,
but it's gonna lead then to things like you're gonna have the Finn Balor collection and stuff on the network.
Yeah.
There's especially from like Wolfgang in the UK tournament.
Yeah. Well, that's it though. It gives, again, you've almost got like, I don't know what the plan on doing that with the British title. I don't know what their plan is, but if you're bringing in these indie promotions, then surely it makes sense for him to defend his belt in these indie promotions. Yeah, so you get that little bit of a rubber WWE title being in there, and you can do these. I don't want to call them cross promotional, but you could even lead up to like another invasion angle. You could, stuff like that with like this. These stars feel like they're put down. They're only on the network. They don't get TV. The TV time they think they deserve. Yeah. And then they come in, they start interrupting matches, and they start an uprising against WWE. And it's kayfabe, isn't it? Yeah. But that was I thought the invasion was really entertaining. It was one of the most entertaining angles I've seen for a while. But this way, you have full control over it. And you're not just going to bury them, because then people don't pay to go and watch them on the network if you just bury them. So you'll get that rub that way. You'll get the rub from the WWE stars, going into your promotion, like even if they just show up and do a bit of ring announcing or something, people will tune in because they're there. Yeah, I can only see it being a beneficial thing for these companies and for the WWE, because, like I said, they've sent out a survey asking you, would you be interested in us putting indie promotions on there? Especially with a British tournament coming up, would you be interested in British indie promotions being on there? And you could pick, you could tick as many as you wanted.
I think there was 10 companies or something total.
Of who you wanted to see and stuff. And like I said, it can only be good. There's, it can only be a positive thing for these companies. For the WWE, it makes sense. Yeah. And good, go for it. Sign up as many of them as you can. Yeah, would be my view. And then, I mean, I don't even mind if you do them across the world. Yeah. Oh, right. Well, we've got an American-based one, you've got an English-based one, you've got a Japanese-based one, Mexican-based one. Do a fucking world tournament. Yeah. On your network, so you get representatives from each one. TNA did it in their company, and then you had like just teams from around the world. That was really entertaining. It was good matches, and there was a reason for the matches to be on. It was like you were invested. It's positives. Fantasy booking.
Well, surely they should sort of like, if they're going to lean towards like they have the UK tournament, it's like, why not do like stretch it other companies in Europe? I know like Italy has a couple of companies out and about and stuff like that, and Germany and.
Well, this is the thing. You can do that. It gives you this. This is the you have the platform now. Because you have the network. The network is. You need people to watch the network. You need people to subscribe to the network. You need people to not get it for WrestleMania and then cancel it after 14 days, yeah, or whatever it may be. This can only generate more subscribers. Yeah, it can only generate more subscribers. The big thing in England is, or in the UK is, there is a lack of wrestling on TV for us to watch. As nobody's going to watch Impact Wrestling, as we've just spoke about reasons why. We are disillusioned with that company. We do not want to see what is going on in that company. There's plenty of British wrestling out there you can go and watch live, but some people can't get there. You've got work commitments, you've got children, so it's hard for you to get out to these events. Yeah, and okay, some of them have like online subscriptions where you can pay and watch, but if you've already got a WWE Network subscription, that costs you £9.99 a month. Yeah. So then, it's finding more time, more money. Yeah. If it's all there in one place, it can only be a positive.
Oh yeah.
So that's my fault.
And then we bring back the European title.
Why not? Why not? The thing with the European title is though people slate it and people give you shit for it. At one point, it was held in just as high, if not higher regard than the Intercontinental title. Yeah. At one point, it meant something. And whether you just call it a low-card belt, I don't care. Give these guys something to work towards. Yeah? And then, okay, you do it just like you do with the world title, the Intercontinental title. When they lose, they get recycled into the next into the next bracket. Dean Ambrose, going for the world title month after month, can't win it, drops down into the Continental title picture. Made complete sense. Made good sense. Oh, you're not at that level. Drop down. Oh, well, he's at that level. Yeah? So then you can recycle him, rebuild him up, and then rebuild him back into the world title picture. It doesn't matter why not do that with the European belt? Oh, well, it goes back up into the Continental title picture. Oh, it's not that good. Drops back down, wins the European title. And you cyclical. It's bookings there. It makes sense. It's easy for people to follow. It's not random. It regenerates these characters over and over again. It sounds simple, doesn't it? And it makes you wonder how these people get paid millions of dollars can't do it. But no, what do you think of it?
It's only a positive, if anything. It's one of them, though. I'm wondering if it's going to be on a price tier. So it's if you want to see these extra bits, you had to play the WWE Network Plus subscription or something like that. Which it's well, for the price, whatever you pay, it's you might as well have your network subscription and then go on. If they're only going to offer first ICW or whatever, then you might as well just get an ICW network subscription.
Yeah,
because you can get that. There's ICW on demand. There's Progress. There's PCW. There's Future Shock. There's NGW. There's all the different UK companies. Chances are you can find places where you can download the shows or stream them online.
Yeah.
So it's if either the price will stay the same or it has to go up. It's a small increment to warrant paying that extra bit for the amount of content you're getting. Because it's I think I pay about $5 a month for Chikara.
Yeah.
It's I think ICW is a $5 a month, which I don't have. And I think Progress is a £5 or £6 a month.
Yeah.
So you'd have to have. It's if it was £12, it went up to £12 a month, I'd consider it. So yeah, what was I saying? What about on demand?
Yeah,
I think
about pay if they're going to charge you extra for the subscriptions. To WWE Network, if they're going to have ICW or
Oh yeah, that was it. There's talking about having Evolve as well, which is another WWE affiliate company.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's really going to work though, because there's guys who appear on Evolve and stuff who are under contract to TNA, stuff like that, or they sort of have. They were I think Drew Galloway appears in Evolve or something sometimes. He's in.
He's not anymore.
He was under contract to TNA, but then
he's not anymore.
He's not anymore. But it's if on ICW, it's if Grado's still doing the whole thing with TNA. So surely they're going to have to find a way around that.
Well, no, I don't think so. It's pretty much going to be that they either get a new gimmick or they just buy them out. What TNA's Impact Wrestling, sorry, because TNA no longer exists, are not going to go. Oh, you can't use Grado. Yeah. We've got rights to his likeness. Yeah, but do you ever use him? No. But why is he still allowed to use it on the indies? So it's like.
I mean, more if he was on the contract here. I know it's the whole thing of they can get indie bookings, whatever, indie appearances. Yeah. But then, if he's still appearing for them, then are they going to go? Oh, we can't show any Grado matches on the network until he's.
No, I don't see them doing that. It's just that's too much of a clusterfuck. WWE is that big a company. They'll go about it the right way, but they'll just take it. That's what they've always done. That's how they've always ended up with everybody else's biggest stars, yet still under the same names. Mm. They just take it. Yeah. I mean, you look at Jericho, look at Chris Benoit. Yeah. When they came over from WCW still existed. Mm. And whether WCW had the copyrights or not, I don't know. But I'm assuming that they had some sort of copyright. And they just went, fuck it, you're using it. You know what I mean? So they can do what they want. The only company that seems to almost do that properly is WWE itself. So
That team of fancy lawyers.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting development to see what happens. I'm just wondering what's going to happen with the UK show, like how WWE's going to do it and where they're going to film it, stuff like that. Because if they want to make it like a weekly TV show or something, or even like a network exclusive weekly TV show, or
I can't imagine that it's going to be weekly. I think they'll buy them in their current format, so it'll be monthly.
a bit like a takeover special.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the reason why they want, obviously, you can't do it weekly. Well, I suppose you could do it weekly, but it's getting these performers would then need to be paid differently. Yeah, I mean, I'm not dead high up on how the contracts work and stuff like that, because I'm assuming a lot of the time it's you agree a fee with an agent, they come over, they work the job, you pay them. Yeah, you pay for their expenses and then etc. Yeah. So obviously you're not going to be able to do it that way. So the way that you could do it is if you keep them on the monthly shows, running the monthly shows, then the WWE doesn't have to invest as much money into them trying to get people in to come and watch this weekly show. So the company is successful as it is doing a monthly show. So it gets, I don't know, a few hundred people, a few thousand people, whatever it is, every month come and watch it. You keep that because that covers your overheads already, because the company must be successful to still be running. Yeah. And then you don't have to pay the talent any extra. The company only makes money. What you provide is that additional. You're on the network, so you to all these millions of people. Here's some extra money for your production budget. Here's how we would want you to show this. This is, here's some stuff to get your copyrights for your music. You basically just elevate what they've already got. Yeah, because the current structure works. You're just trying to bring it up to almost an NXT standard. Yeah. So that'd be my way of doing it. The reason why, again, you don't want it weekly, because what then you have to do is your overheads, rather than being monthly, so you have 12 times, you have 52 times the overheads, which is massive. So then you need to have it full week on week. And as soon as it drops and your attendance drops, or people aren't that in, or if it doesn't take off, that company's fucked. So I wouldn't. Why fix what's not broken? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It works. Stick with it. Give it that little bit of guidance, a little bit of injection of funds. And I'm not talking about storyline and stuff like that. I'm talking purely production-wise, because that's what they do best, isn't it? Yeah. So that's how you'd elevate. You're just elevating one of the companies that already exists, that has a successful business, to you, close to your level. In terms of the production. Obviously, they're not going to be in terms of size. Yeah, that's what makes sense to me, especially if you're doing it with a number of organisations. Yeah, because let's say it's 5. Yeah, so you do the UK, Japan, Mexico, Canada, Italy, something like that. It's 5 new promotions, well, new to American fans more often than not, and that you can then provide them with this boost. And if people want to go back and see how it used to work, how it used to be, and how it was run previously, they can go and watch the content. But now, this is the WWE production of this. Yeah, it's almost like sponsored by WWE. Yeah. I
was just thinking then while you were saying all that, there was sort of because I've heard rumours that sort of the WWE has sort of the Winter Gardens booked for about the next 3 years or something, and sort of so they wouldn't be able to run a weekly show out like the Winter Gardens, because this wouldn't get the
you wouldn't get the attendance.
Yeah, because of the ticket prices.
Yeah.
And then people would have to come in and it'd probably be better for Blackpool because it'd bring it into much needed revenue. But at the same time, it's...
Yeah, but you think about it this way. I looked to go into the British tournament. Yeah. And saw the prices.
Yeah.
I thought, hell no. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my answer.
Because, well, I didn't personally look into it. My wife looked at getting tickets for me and her to go because she's not a big wrestling fan. She's never watched wrestling before in her life. Yeah. But it was, almost like as like a gift to me, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get it. But as soon as I saw the prices and how much they were, it was just kind of like, you can't pay that.
Yeah.
And like, if you're telling me that if you're going to run a weekly one, you're not going to get that much needed revenue because people look at the prices and think, no,
Yeah.
I'll catch it on the network.
Yeah.
Yeah? Especially if they're travelling from elsewhere. It's good as a once a year thing because once a year it's a big deal and people think, yeah, I'm going to go watch that. But you couldn't do it all the time. You just couldn't. So, there's no... That's why, like... well, I don't know about, a lot of the... Almost, I want to call them bigger indie promotions do it, but like PCW runs out of a nightclub.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's successful.
Yeah.
And but to go up the next level will probably be so much more in overhead costs that it's not worth them doing it because they'd have to charge so much more and then you get less people in.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
Well, there's part of Flood's mentioned it on an interview a long while back when he still did interviews. He was saying about, like, he said people were saying to me, like, why do you run it in a nightclub? He's like, why not just, like, hire a venue? And
Yeah.
he's like, well, 2 reasons. He's like, well, one, the sound and lighting is included.
Mm-hmm.
You're not having to fork out thousands of pounds for a sound system and a light system. It's
Yeah.
there in the venue
Yeah.
for me to use. It's...
Well, yeah, exactly.
And then also, like, the venue's getting more money because, of course, wrestling fans are alcoholics.
Well, no, but again, that means that almost next time you want to run a show from that venue, they're going to be like, yeah. Because I'm assuming they'll get I don't know whether they get a cut or a full thing of the bar sales or whether it works out that, well, we'll put this on and you get the bar sales and we don't pay you a fee or whatever.
Yeah.
However it may work, I don't know. But again, at that level, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you say, maybe not so much the Winter Gardens, but take, for example, the Tower Ballroom. I've fought in the Tower Ballroom on a couple of occasions. Yeah. And the jiu-jitsu comp that I go to, or that I fight in or have fought in the Tower Ballroom, brings their own sound system.
Yeah.
And it's shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't work very well, and you can't hear what they're saying, and sometimes it's on, sometimes it's not, and sometimes it just randomly, you might be in the middle of a match or whatever, and you'll hear a screech and go through all the speakers. And you think, he's probably spent a lot of money on that, and it's fucking shite.
Yeah.
Yeah? But they need to bring it to the Tower Ballroom, which is like a big, famous thing.
Yeah.
Yeah? So, if you're going to like these little venues and having to... But then you've got to transport this around, and then it doesn't work. You're trying to put on a show. Wrestling's a show, yeah? It's entertainment. It's not an actual sport, yeah, in a sense. So if you then degrade part of it, especially the production side of it, people are less entertained by it, which means they're less likely to come back. You lose your audience.
Yeah. Well, again, like Floods ran a show at the Emperor's Ballroom. He's in Blackpool now. Run shows out of Club Domain on the seafront.
Yeah.
Again, have their own sound system, their own lighting system.
Yeah.
He's ran shows at the Manchester Met Students' Union or something.
Yeah.
I think again they have their own sound system and their own lighting. And it's just knowing where, like, I've seen people, I've heard of companies before that have run shows in a venue. It's been the very first show, and of course they ain't running another show after that. It's been like a one-off or something.
Yeah, yeah.
put yourself out of pocket doing it, whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I remember one that I watched, I've probably brought it up before on the podcast. I remember one that I saw on TV, and it was British wrestling on TV. I can't remember, was it UKW or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't hear fuck all.
Yeah.
Got the mic, the guys on the mic. Kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching that.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
It didn't last long.
I think the company's still going. The TV show didn't.
Well, that's what I mean. It didn't last long, but it's because your production values are shit.
Yeah.
So you had a great opportunity to showcase British wrestling on TV, and if it had gone well, I guarantee you people would still be watching it now, because there is obviously the demand for British wrestling. Look how successful the British tournament was. There's demand for it, but your show was that shit on free TV that nobody watched. Because your production was shit.
But they stayed on the channel after that IC vote kicked off for one complaint.
Yeah, well.
And look at them now.
Yeah, probably because somebody could fucking hear what they were saying.
But look at them now.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Which would you rather go and see?
Yeah, there's not even a question, is there? Let's be fair. Say. But no.
No, it's TV production is something people need to learn a lot about.
Yeah, they do.
Going off British wrestling in general. As for watching one company I won't name, but in terms of them sort of doing it like a mini TV show, which aired on like it might have been on my channel, whatever the equivalent to my channel was, about 3-4 years ago, maybe less. And if sort of say you're the person I'm talking to, and I'm sort of the cameras, or if you're the camera and I'm facing this way and talking to the person who sat there.
So you're facing away from me.
Yeah, so you can't hear a fucking word I'm saying.
No. Yeah.
But you're the viewer watching me with my back to you, talking to the person sat there, and you can't hear me.
Yeah, because the sound's going in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking shit.
So. But in terms of like, I remember hearing when Wrestle Talk was on.
Oh yeah.
And there was a couple of times like there was after, if you know a company, you want to see a company on Wrestle Talk, like email them, let them know, or tweet them, whatever, Facebook them, let them know that you want to see them on Wrestle Talk. Mm-hmm. And a few people get sent a flooder. It's like, why aren't you on Wrestle Talk? And this is on Facebook, so it's probably easier to find. It's like, why aren't you on thingy? It's like, well, Wrestle Talk wanted the money for the footage for nothing.
Yeah. Again, it's that TV show isn't big enough to give you anything for it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, all right, fine, I'll give you this match for free, but it's not going to generate any fans. Maybe it generate 1 or 2, but it doesn't have a wide enough reach for it to be worth for him to do it.
Yeah,
it's easier in doing it on his own YouTube channel, because then he can see the views that it gets.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, don't blame.
Oh god, YouTube is no matter altogether. But Paul Flinders will know exactly what I'm talking about when I mention this. There's a certain there's a certain fan who does videos, and it looks like they filmed off the webcam, and they're not very good.
Right.
Like if you were doing a review for a show, like you did your pages for the Rumble.
Yeah.
For one match, you did about 3 pages.
Yeah.
To review, say, an NXT show, an hour-long show.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Well, it's labels and review.
Right.
And it's basically running down the match, going, Ty Dillinger beats Austin Aries. That was a very good match. And then Asuka beat Billy Kay, and then Shinsuke Nakamura beat this person, and the Authors of Pain beat DIY, whatever they're called. So yeah, that's my review. I give it 3 out of 5. See you later.
That's not a review.
I tried discussing this with the guy, or telling the guy this on YouTube, as has Paul, and he hasn't taken the advice.
All right.
So
stop calling it a review.
But when you're there, sort of snapping your fingers a lot and saying how we should be liking your page and asking you for cards.
Right.
No. Especially when you front with your webcam and you put some weird effect on that just looks fucking weird.
Right. I'm gonna have to look at this. I'm gonna have to see one of these videos.
You are. I'll show you off the air.
The guy sounds like a tool.
The thing is, Paul will be sat there at home, just like with his hat on, glass of whiskey in his hand, just slowly nodding.
That's not a review. He's actually telling me what happened.
Tell you what happened, and then just sort of...
No, but that's not reviewing it. That's just going, this is a result. Liked it. This is a result. Liked it.
Well, there's that, and I compared it with another one of a guy reviewing the same show from that week, and he's basically just sort of like, looks like he's sort of something in front of his camera, but that was a 15-minute video.
Right, yeah.
Of him breaking the show
down. At least you go into it a little bit over 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know we run on, but, you know, I chat a lot of shit. I say wait, just you wait for Heatwave 98. Fucking 8 pages worth of notes, front and back. 8 pages, motherfuckers. That's a review.
The problem is, then people say, "Oh, you know, you got to do the other ones now. Like, you've got to do Belly the 97 next." I'm like, no,
I'll do what I want to do.
And then they go, "All right, you can just December to dismember."
If you want to send a request to do a show, I'll do it.
Make it a good one.
Yeah.
Ish.
I don't mind doing a shit one. So I can hate it.
The thing is, now you have the network, so everyone are going, "Oh, what's on the network?" And then we're going, oh, "Holy foley."
We'll see how long I have the network for.
Well, the problem is when you start texting me going, "What can I watch on here?" And be like, just search Chris Benoit and see what comes up.
Evil bastard. Actually, to be fair, if I do, I wouldn't. I'd search Kurt Angle so I can watch Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit and that match. Because you know that'll be good.
There you go. Or just search Kurt Angle and you're all sorted.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I will be.
But no, sort of sticking back to the UK wrestling thing, I went to the Chris Travis Memorial Tournament this past weekend, which was originally labelled named the Road to Glory Tournament.
Yes.
But under Fludder speaking to the rosters and his closest associates, they gave him the permission and blessing to use the Travis name.
Yeah, good.
Which people then took as an insult, saying you should be donating to charity, still be donating to charity or whatever, off the back of that.
Right.
To which Fludder sort of said, "Well, we've raised enough for charity. I think we can do our own thing."
Yeah, if he's had the grace and to be fair, he's done it the right way. You've gone and asked the correct people. Do you mind me doing this? Then what's the harm in that? To be fair, you're carrying on the legacy of the man. I don't see that as a bad thing at all.
To which then people were shitting all over, saying like you should be at least donating some to charity or whatever. And it's like, well,
you've done charity. He does charity events every year. So no, that's unfair.
Then the Twitter account, the Brit Rest Troll, jumps in,
right?
Basically saying about how it was handled and all this sort of thing, screenshotting it, saying we'll get it up actually.
All right, okay,
and we'll show you. So, Brit Rest Troll. When it wants to load. There we go. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Holding a memorial tournament, any money any money going to charity. We earn the right to do our own thing now. And he's put, "Wow, what a cunt." This is the Brit Rest.
Oh, right, okay.
Whoever's doing it, which we think we know who it is.
All right.
And then, cute attempt at damage control. Naming a tournament isn't the issue, it's your entitlement that has angered people. Which is that.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And then workers coming out and donating charity after the shitstorm you created. These guys are the heroes. You're still a cunt. Blocked for expressing annoyance at a promoter. It's cheaper than bringing Chris Masters round to your house to sort you out.
The guy sounds like a total prick.
That's Brit Restro.
Yeah. This is why I don't have Twitter.
You do?
Not really.
Well.
I am on Twitter, but I don't monitor the account. I don't have any access to it.
So there will be more shows, but when I tweet Bunkell saying, "Can you record tonight?" he doesn't get back to me for some reason.
Yeah, because I don't have... You know not to tweet me.
Joking, mate, joking.
It's alright.
So...
Well, to be fair, that just sounds like a guy who has no idea what he's on about, and he's looking for any reason to appear relevant.
Pretty much. The tournament itself, Joanna Rose came out at the start of each show on the 2 days and said there are Trav tournaments Trav shirts on sale. The money from them is going to charity. There is a donation bucket, and whatever donations are made this weekend, PCW will match.
Right.
For Cavendish Car. But
the thing is, like I say, having, well, essentially been to PCW since day one. I'm not saying that I'm not suggesting I've been to every show. I mean, I went to the first show. I went to several shows for the first couple of several shows for the first couple of years. Yeah. So as I was saying, so I've been to a few shows in a row. I was there at the first show. I know for a fact he puts shows on every year for charity.
Yeah.
And then this guy's coming out and having a go at him over one thing, which he's gone down the correct route. Yeah? If you've asked somebody for permission to do it and they've said yes, what's the issue with that?
Yeah.
Arsehole.
But in terms of the actual show, it was the first PCW show I've been to since November.
Right.
Because the last PCW show I went to in November, I made a complete tit of myself.
Oh dear.
Well, not in a bad context. It was more the case of they had a show at a student bar, student union bar.
Cheap alcohol.
Jim Beam and Pepsi was £2 a time.
Nice. Yeah.
I lost count of how many I had. But pretty much, to put it in a simple way, me and Paul drank a bottle between us.
Nice. I like it.
And they had some of the CCW guys over, the high flying guys.
Oh yeah.
I thought it would be a good idea at the time when I saw one of them going for a suicide dive to decide to do a Zandig Jesus.
Right. You'll have to explain this to me.
So you've seen the video of Zandig going, oh God!
Yeah.
You're gonna die!
Yeah.
You're gonna die!
Yeah.
And my sort of logic of that, of like on Botchamania, when there's like the whole, like you see Conan O'Brien like the handle.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Right.
oh God! And then he finally pulls and he goes, Jesus!
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that when like the guy was like sort of like getting ready to do his dive, and as he went to do the flip, he was sort of he's there like looking back, and he's like guy there and the guy on that side, and he's going. So watching, he's like building up, and I was like, oh. He starts running. Oh
God!
They get us to go to do the jump. Oh God! I did the flip. Jesus! But everyone around me just started pissing themselves laughing. But then me and my drunken wisdom decided not to get bored of it and carried it on all night.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But yeah, it was very funny.
Fair enough.
And Jim Beam Double Oak is very good.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, it was the show. The November show, it was alright, it was nothing special. This year we've been the tournament, I've made it an attempt every year, as if I can do at least one weekend, I'll do the Road to Glory, because it's one it's straight, it never seems to draw as big a crowd as it normally should do.
Yeah.
Because it's a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
which I think is what puts a lot of people off. But then normally it's where you sometimes have a lot of the best action. I think.
Yeah.
But also, like, I think this is one of the first, possibly the first shows where Floods is also using a new booker for the bigger shows.
Oh, right, okay.
And sort of watching Peace of since day one, like, you'll probably pick it up yourself if you watch the show. You'll notice the style is different.
Yeah.
There's a different feel in the way the matches are done and things like that.
Right, okay.
And, it was refreshing, if anything.
Oh, right, okay.
So it was.
That sounds good.
The only problem I had with it was the tournament almost came across as very predictable.
Right,
of who was going to win.
Yeah.
It does that.
Oh, right, okay.
It sounds like a fucking plane taking off.
Yeah.
So, I've got my new one set up though, so it's fine.
Oh, right, okay.
Just when I can be more bothered and have time. But yeah, it was overall the weekend. It was very good. Stephen finally gave me some DVDs that he's owed me for a while. So. Oh, right, okay.
Fair enough.
It was nothing on Flooder's fault, Flooder's part or anything. It was the delivery company's fault because they're incompetent as fuck.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And he did send the package out twice, and so he's lost revenue there. And after us both going back and forth with the delivery company and me being told multiple times, yes, here's your reference number, get in touch with us. I then got an email back from them saying, oh, only the person who sent the package out can contact us about this.
Right.
This matter. I was like, well, that's not what person X told me before.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But no, it's got that sorted, and I bought a couple more.
Oh, good.
And yeah, it was a good weekend. It was a bit of a weird one though because Pete Dunne from the UK tournament.
Oh yeah.
He was scheduled to be on.
Right.
Ended up pulling out because of some slight controversy with comments made or something about.
All right.
I don't know if it was due to the charity thing or whatever.
All right. Okay.
If it was due to slating another promotion.
Right.
So he backed out. Then Marty Skill was due to replace him. Right. Marty Skill didn't realise it was a day show and an evening show he was meant to be booked for, or booked for a day show and had to pull out.
Right.
So then they ended up using one of the hooligans.
Oh, right, okay.
To face Pentagon. And
right, okay.
So, but,
right. Like I say, I've obviously not seen it. I didn't go. Again, getting time off to take almost like a full weekend off.
Yeah,
is quite difficult for me. But the tournaments. I mean, I've been to a few of the, well, at least one, if not two, of the Road to Glory tournaments.
Yeah.
And I always quite enjoyed them. I quite enjoy tournament style wrestling though, personally. And like you say, the unfortunate thing is it's often relatively predictable. But again, I always thought like the King of the Ring was underrated. The King of the Ring should have meant something. It never did. But except for obviously Austin, and cutting the promo. But again, these types of tournaments can be used by wrestling companies in a similar manner. Somebody comes out, wins one of these tournaments, make a big deal of it, and that guy gets elevated and gets pushed. So again, I quite enjoy tournaments. It might be something I have to check out at some point. I'm sure at least
I'd recommend watching it.
I'll be able to see.
There was that one, and Paul always keeps recommending to me the Wrestling World Championships they did last year.
Right, okay.
In November rather than the Ring of Honor show, because Ring of Honor sort of does some shenanigans and fuckery.
Oh, right, okay.
So, apparently it was pulled off very well, considering it was only done in a short amount of time, pretty much.
Right.
No, the tournament itself was done very well. I even caught Flooder at one point and said, the booking is noticeably different.
I
said nothing against you or anything like that. And he said, no, it's a welcome feedback.
Right.
And I said, it's just, watching you from day one, I said, I can sort of, I know your style of booking compared to whoever your new booker is.
Right, okay.
Which I had an inkling of who it was.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, he said, yeah, well, yeah, this guy came in, he's like, he's got like yourself with heat wave, he's got pages and pages of notes for each person and all that sort of thing. He's like, I walk in, it's like, right, he beats you.
Right, yeah.
He's winning, like.
Yeah. The thing is, though, that's just it. There's a certain amount of... I can understand allowing a certain amount of creative license in how the matches are. But one of the things that I know they always talk about from back in almost the Attitude Era, like the heyday type of thing, is always having like a storyboard of who has feuded with who.
Yeah.
So you know who not to then suddenly team up or something daft like that. Which you've seen happen in the WWE on all occasions, where these two guys will be feuding, and then the next week there's been no blow off to the feud, but suddenly they're a tag team and now they're faces, even though they were heels. And it's like, what? How's that work?
Yeah.
So I can understand having like having it all written down and like, but almost then allowing the creative license to how they go about getting to there. So, especially, I mean, some of these guys, I mean, I don't know their work schedules, but I'm assuming they'll do multiple shows in a week. So they're not going to have as much time, say, even as the guys in the WWE do, to prepare your matches. Yeah. Before the show. So.
Well, the thing with the UK is, though, it's half of the guys, well, probably 90% of the guys, or 80%. There's a high percentage of guys who've been on, they got in together, or they've been working together for however many years. So they've wrestled each other hundreds, if not.
Yeah, so they know
many times. So you know each other, and you know
the spots. You can say doing stuff.
You can sort of say to them, just, you two go out and have a match, and okay. Well, what do you want us to do? Well, just you win, and
you decide how you get there.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's fair enough, isn't it? I mean,
you got 10 minutes, sort of thing. So go.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, again, that's not a bad thing. Everybody knows. It's like I tell you, someone who it's really noticeable with, and I noticed it in the Royal Rumble, is Sheamus. Sheamus has a set of spots that he does. He does the thing where they go through the rope and then he beats the chest, and he does the bro kick, and he always does the white noise in a certain spot, and he always and they have things that they always go to. Randy Orton's another one. Always does that DDT for the second rope.
Yeah.
Always,
It's something I learned when I was doing the training. Was
you have your go-to spots, and you do them. And if you've worked with somebody 100 times, they know what spot you want at this point. They know where you're going.
It was part of the thing, though, of like, it's like everyone slates John Cena having the move of Doom. It's like, yes, he does them concurrently.
Yeah.
But it was that thing of like, you have your move set. So there's these X amount, like these 4 moves that these are going to be your moves that people know it's you, sort of thing.
The thing, that's it. Everybody has them.
Yeah.
The thing with, like I said, John Cena is because he's so forced upon you, especially internet wrestling fans, see that as that's why we can say, oh, you've got your moves to do. It's always like the same 5 things, and it happens in the same order, and that's how it always is. But like you say, everybody has a move set. If you create a wrestler on SmackDown 2K or WWE 2K, whatever it is, 17, he'll have a move set, and you'll do the same moves every match to get to your finisher, which is the same every match. So that's it. That's just how it works. So you can't expect something different from someone every single match. You can't, and nor should you.
Well, it's sort of factored in that thing. Steve Austin talked about it when he was like first breaking in, and he's talking about you working sort of on it back still part of the territories. But you wrestle in front of the same crowds. Week after week or month after month, whatever. It's like 1 week. I can't remember who he was talking with. He's like, 1 week we're in like Louisiana. He's like, you have this crowd and you have to do this. Then the next time you're in Kentucky,
Yeah.
Then you go back to Louisiana and you're in front of the same crowd.
Yeah.
But you got to put on a different match.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's always that thing about adapting.
Yeah.
It's like if you just can't do the same match again because it'll just go, oh, we saw that last time.
Yeah.
So you're saying you have to constantly keep adapting things and changing things. So.
Yeah. Well, again, this is the thing where, this is part of the problem that going back that WWE has is the reason why we don't like John Cena. The reason why we're bored of Randy Orton is because they do the same match because they have their moveset, but you never change the way they go about it. You never change the way they look. You never change their music. They never change. Yeah. So it's the same. That's why we say it's the same shit. Yeah. And that's why people don't like John Cena. People don't like Randy Orton. It's because it's the same shit because it's the same delivery of that shit. Yeah? If, I'm not saying everybody should flip-flop between face and heel. I'm just saying that give me something else. Yeah? Give me a different way of delivering it. So, Randy Orton was the same way for 10 years. He's the Viper, he's the Apex Predator, blah, blah, blah. Joins the Wyatt family. He's still the Viper, he's still Apex, but it's a different delivery. Yeah? He acts different. Yeah. He reacts different. Especially saw in the Rumble, was basically throwing himself on the line to protect Bray Wyatt. Yeah. So it added a dimension. It's slightly different. And it wasn't a massive change, but it made a difference. Yeah. I didn't have to hear him coming out to fucking his theme song all the time. Yeah? Because even if you did, it had that, bit at the beginning like all the Wyatts do. You know, that bleh thing, or whatever it is. Yeah? But it was something different. It's not a lot, but it gives you... It almost is refreshing a little. Yeah. Of the character. So, that's the way I look at it anyway.
Yeah.
What?
So. Back to the tournament anyway.
Yeah.
No, it was refreshing to see sort of the likes of, well, not refreshing as such, but it was good to see Pentagon.
Yeah.
He was very good. Colt Cabana returned for the first time since the very first show.
Right.
Not overly keen this time around. As a few people noted, he took on one of the trainees, the sort of academy guys in the first round, and just wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't
overly.
Yeah,
wasn't. It was sort of everyone sort of looking and goes, it made the guy look a bit shit, if anything. And just sort of. It's like, yeah, I'm going in the ring with a guy who'd been in the business for 18, 19 years, whatever. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's wrestled all over the world, but.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you'd expect somebody who'd been... I don't know. That'll be the booking, though. Because, to me, I've said before that I think that guys who are here more often than not should go over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate part-timers coming back and just squashing young guys, especially in something like the WWE.
Yeah.
It's a bit different, obviously, on the indie scene because you're going to say it's somebody like Chris Masters, you might only get him for one show or two shows, so you're going to have to put him over on one show. So, I get that, but obviously I haven't seen it. But I'm assuming you're alluding to it as basically a squash.
Not so much a squash, it's more the fact it was a standard Cabana comedy.
Yeah.
But he just pretty much seemed to no-sell everything.
Right, yeah.
And
so it makes it... Yeah.
Just, no.
Nah. That's it, isn't it? Somebody like... He's not somebody who you expect to no-sell. Almost. He doesn't have the appearance of somebody who can get away with doing that. Like you see Braun Strowman and people like that in the WWE no-selling. Whereas, I saw Colt Cabana at that very first PCW event, and it was quite entertaining and whatnot. But if it's just no-selling stuff for the sake of no-selling stuff, unless that's what he's been told to do, we don't know.
So, sort of spoiler alert now. So if you want to not hear the result of who won, skip over this part for the next 10 minutes or so, 5 minutes, I don't know. So went for the tournament. It was sort of, it was always known sort of beforehand that who was going to win.
Oh, right, okay.
Spoiler alert, bubblegum.
Yeah.
You've been warned.
I read it.
So he won, and he's facing whoever's going to be the champ at the anniversary show next.
Right, okay.
Whatever. And he was facing Kenny Williams in the finals, and of course everyone came, like, there was it's Trav show.
Yeah.
Hayes, Kirby, Hope, and T-Bone came out all congratulating him.
Yeah.
Like that. And it's like doing the rounds, hugging everyone, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, just T-Bone just nuts him.
Oh, right, okay.
And it's sort of like everyone's like, yeah, I'm really happy you won, bubblegum sort of thing, and
Yeah.
like, everyone's cheering. Crowd dead.
Right.
Just nuts him and then walks. Here comes Katie.
I know.
I told you she'd wake up. You owe me a $5.
Okay.
So yeah,
So you mean the crowd was dead as in the reaction to Bubblegum winning, the crowd was
No.
dead? Or you mean in that they were silenced by the turn from T-Bone?
yeah.
Yeah, I expect.
You could hear a cockroach fart. T-Bone that essentially then felt as welcome as a fart in a spacesuit, mate.
Yeah, I bet he did.
And but it was the announcer John Arose sort of put on that sort of, as it's known in the business now, the Owen Hart voice.
Oh,
And to be fair, Bubblegum did some good selling. It was a whole thing. Vince sort of came round and he's like, sort of, why am I on my back? It's like,
Right,
why am I on
yeah.
my back? And everyone was sort of like, is he, did he like legit? Is he selling it? And
yeah.
then there were sort of people on Twitter
Right.
complaining, saying, I will never go to a PCW show again after seeing that.
Why?
That was vile and revolting and stuff.
Wait, hang on, I'm confused. So why, if it was just a headbutt?
Because because of the whole thing of like, because Bubblegum and Trav were close and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a thing of, at one of the previous shows, Bubblegum was like, I was thinking of retiring.
I was at that show.
Yeah. So I was thinking of retiring,
Yeah.
carrying on for Trav. And just people sort of said it was like a classless act and stuff, essentially. Because it should have gone out on a high rather than this
Rather than sell the
controversial-
next show.
Yeah, rather than this controversial end point.
Right, but that's storytelling.
But it was the other thing was, it was all these people who were like, oh, I'm going to PCB for the first time, like, I'm really excited and stuff, can't wait. And then it was all of a sudden, never going to a show again, never going to a PCB show again after that. It was disgusting, it was revolting, it's
Well,
like...
It doesn't even sound like it was a massive beatdown.
No, it wasn't.
So, but it's called storytelling. That's what they're here to do. That's the job of the show.
The majority of the guys who were on the show even said that's the sort of thing Trav would have wanted. Like, it would have been...
a turn.
Yeah. A sort of a controversial turn
Yeah.
to end things on, sort of thing. And...
To be fair, folks, if you want to talk about controversial, Chris Travis is, we all know who he is. In his tryout for the WWE, decided to blade in a company that doesn't do bleeding. Yeah, that's been PG for 10 years. Decides, I've only got one chance at a tryout match. I'm going to blade anyway in a dark match, just because I can. So yeah, why not? It's just, I don't know. I wasn't there, but it's like you say, it's telling a story. If you set up the next show and you do it for a reason,
Yeah.
So yeah,
They'll
come back. Guaranteed.
They will. It's it's one of them. It's not going to appeal to everyone, and it's like, yeah, well, if it was your first piece of the show or whatever, it's like there's going to be something that's going to make you come back.
Yeah.
And it's, or you're going to still follow it to see what's happening.
Yeah.
So But yeah, sort of sticking with the PCW now and moving away from
Right.
the Trav tournament.
Okay.
There's the PCW presents WCW.
The white collar wrestling.
Yeah, as I keep noting.
Yeah. As well, your brother's doing it.
He is.
That's going to be the most entertaining.
It depends how it's going to go. But it's he gets to pick his own like gear and music and stuff. So and then he gets paired up with
Pink Tutu and come out to Boyfriend by Justin Bieber. Or something daft like that. That's what he needs to do. Proper prance his way down to the ring.
I think you doing that.
No. He ain't doing that. I would. To be fair, I wouldn't do white collar wrestling because I'd have to learn a different way to fall.
Same way.
But is it?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Pretty much.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much. But I'd probably still. I don't know. It's not. Being a pro wrestler is not something that's ever. I don't want to say it's not interested me. But being a pro wrestler is not something that I feel as though I could do.
But you're the man over 1,000 gimmicks.
Might well be. But, you know. To be fair, I suppose I could find a Romel outfit. Not for me. Not just yet, anyway. But I think it's a good idea, to be honest. White collar, you know, like you get these, you get white collar boxing now, and just, you know, they always seem to be charity events.
Well, there's even those white collar MMA.
I know there's white collar MMA. But I don't know how white collar MMA is going to work. I don't think that's going to take off like people think it will. Because I think it's... people are going to quickly realise that you're not punching each other with big gloves on here. Yeah. And anyone can knock anybody out in 6-ounce gloves. And when it starts getting, how can I put it, almost more dangerous, the less likely it is to take off. Yeah. But they'll do something where it's something like no punches to the head, no punches on the ground, no kicks, and it will literally be body punches and grappling on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be. But, you know, however they decide to do it, I don't think white collar MMA is a good idea. White collar pro wrestling, your issue is you have to book a match. And you're going to be able to do, 6 moves maybe, if you're lucky by the end of that, in 8 weeks?
Yeah.
Like, safely?
Yeah.
You're probably going to do, well, you're the guy who's trained. You tell me what the first 5 moves that you learn.
You learn how to fall first.
So you got to learn how to fall. So let's say that takes a week. Yeah, running the ropes properly. Say that takes a week. So then you can do a clothesline, a spear, and punches.
You'll learn body slam, suplex, and then just be like most things that you can just learn.
You know, you're not gonna. It's going to be a stand. They're going to be standard matches. Yeah. And they're going to last, and they're going to be... they're probably going to be much of a muchness. You're not going to have enough time to learn an individual move each over 8 weeks. I don't think. Let's say you're the guy who's trained.
It'll be probably the people who are just... hopefully the people aren't going in there just going, no, I'm going to do an RKO, I'm going to do a rock bottom...
Yeah, but you know from experience, and you've told me that people show up to wrestling training and get in the ring and suddenly think and just start thinking, I'm just going to start pedigreeing people.
Yeah, they do.
Idiots.
Yeah.
Talk about a fast way to break your mate's nose. But so you know that from experience.
Yeah.
So do you think in 8 weeks you can get 2 people who've never done wrestling before to then put on a match? A full match that lasts longer than 10 minutes.
Well, let's have a think. So they do 2 sessions a week. So that's 4 hours. 4, 8? It's 24. So it's 24 hours of training.
Yeah.
Not if you're quick at learning, you're progressing quick enough, things like that, you pick it up. Then yeah, to a degree.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be like a shit sandwich, if anything.
Yeah.
You're going to get the good and the bad and the good and the bad. Because I reckon it's not just going to be the white collar stuff. They're going to throw in some academy matches and stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, that's fair enough.
Keep people entertained. But it's like, I was talking to Floods about it, and he said, it's only going to be your friends and family watching, isn't it, really?
Well, yeah.
So,
I understand that. I suppose it's a good idea. If it works, great. If it doesn't, there's no harm in trying it.
Yeah.
I personally would never actually... I wouldn't think of 8 weeks training. I don't think I will know enough to be able to look after myself and my...
I could just see you going for Ezekiel's. Well, you get paired up with an actual wrestler from the roster.
Right, okay.
So I could just see you going for the Ezekiel or the takedown or something.
You see that? You see, again, that's... If I was to do it, that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is that... It's not that... It's being able to do that and not hurt someone is the hard part. Like in training, like when we roll, you'll say, "Oh, well, you roll as hard as the lowest rank person will roll." So if I'm rolling with a white belt and that white belt goes 50%, I'll go 50%. If that white belt decides he's going to launch himself at me and try and submit me and go like full bore, he's going to get submitted loads of times. Yeah, because I have no choice but to try and calm him down. Yeah, or him or her. Yeah, so it's like I remember getting told off once actually because a white belt went for me.
Right.
And he was a little bit smaller than me, but he full bore went for me. And of course, he started standing with me. Now by this point, I'm already a blue belt in the traditional, and I'm still a white belt myself in the BJJ. And he went full on, and I took his back, stood up, and I picked him up and I threw him at the floor as hard as I could. Yeah, and I got told off because he was a white belt. Yeah, but my defense was, well, if he goes full on at me, what do you want me to do? Yeah, now in a wrestling ring, or however it may be, I don't feel as though I could pick somebody up in that fashion and not throw them on the floor and not take them down properly. So if I shoot a double leg, it's a proper double leg. Yeah. So I will go through you. Yeah. And again, it's hard. It would be hard for me to then almost stop. Because again, it's muscle memory. Like the guys who are really, really good at wrestling, who do the same moves over and over again, it's muscle memory to them. Whereas somebody like, especially somebody like myself, or even you with your judo, if you go to do a judo throw, you know how to do it correctly, so you will do it correctly. Yeah. So to then have to then do it incorrectly, so the person doesn't hit the floor as hard, is difficult.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And to still make it look real, because your muscle memory is to do it the correct way. So that's kind of the thing that is part of what makes me think I wouldn't do white collar wrestling, because I know I couldn't help myself. You know, because you like you build it up, don't you? You build up that muscle memory. So. That's my personal view. Go for it, see what happens. I can't wait to watch what your brother do it.
Tickets will be on sale at some point.
I'm sure he'll be scalping them. More drumming up business. I don't mean scalping.
Yeah. What he did say is he's like, Bunkell must buy tickets. You must buy at least 3.
That's fine.
So,
Hi, I'm Paul the Hat Guy Flinders, and I am the host of the RAD Podcast, random ass discussion where anything is a topic and nothing is taboo. We talk about anything that's on our mind. It can be wrestling, motorsport, even badgers if we really want to get onto that topic. But anything is on, nothing's off topic, and we will talk about anything. So join the madness that is on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, and YouTube, and there's probably many other places that we are that I don't even know about. But find us anyway, search for us, and you can follow us on Facebook as well. We're on there, and Twitter, using the handle @UKRAD Podcast. Thank you for listening from our little advert. Now it's back to the lost art of podcasting or lost art of wrestling.
We'll move on to some listener topics because we're over the 3-hour mark already.
Jesus.
Might
have to save some of them for another show.
Possibly. But there's only, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We covered 1 already. 2.
Right.
We covered 2 already.
Right,
and
okay.
1 I've never played, so.
Oh, right, okay. Right, so 2 then.
Well, there's 3 on Twitter as well, but. So first of all, Paul asks opinions on the Wyatt scattering, which we sort of covered already.
Which we covered, yeah. Not looking forward to it.
Hit rewind.
Yeah, simply put, not looking forward to it unless they pull some out of their ass and save it. Make it triple threat.
Hit rewind. Go back to the start. In fact, remove the download, delete it, and then re-download it and listen to it again. Will CM Punk ever get in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Next question.
Oh, well. Unless you disagree.
No, I don't think you.
The Warriors got in, but again, it depends how you look at it.
It took 20 years.
It took 20 years for the Warriors to get in. Do I think CM Punk will ever get in? No, because his exit was almost more disharmonious than that. It was a Jarrett level exit.
Yeah.
He didn't rob him, but it was that kind of fire.
Yeah.
So that's my view. Why I know.
Posthumous, yes. Alive, no.
Yeah.
I just can't see it happening.
Yeah.
Not in this lifetime, anyway. There's more chance of me getting into it.
Well, no, they hate each other. And you've got to think, Vince is on his way out, so it's going to be Triple H, and Triple H and CM Punk really hate each other. So, Nash is going to get in, Scott Hall's going to get in, X-Pac will probably get in, all his buddies will get in, CM Punk now. CM Punk's wife now.
Yeah, true.
So.
And then Paul asks, worst thing you have ever seen happen in a wrestling thing that's not kayfabe? So something legit that's happened in the ring.
The worst thing I've ever seen that was legit?
Yeah.
Ooh. New Jack Gypsy Joe? That was fucking scary.
I forgot about that until you said New Jack.
That was fucking scary. New Jack scalping that lad.
Or Mass Transit.
Yeah. One of them two. And not that I have an issue with New Jack, I don't. But yeah. Whoa.
There was those two that come to mind, and there's a video of 2 Japanese women online somewhere that just literally go full force kick shit out of each other for whatever reason.
Oh, right.
Just only things that really come to mind is like just fans getting in the ring when they shouldn't be doing.
Fans getting in the ring is always a bad thing, but most of the time you see it, they get dealt with quickly.
There's that one though, I think it appeared on Lad Bible, I think last week, of like from 97 when it's Austin Triple H,
right?
And the lad goes in the ring, goes straight for Austin, and Trips just tackles him and takes him down. The ref tackles him or something.
Yeah.
And Trips and the ref start kicking shit out of him.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised. The thing is, right, you jump into a wrestling room with these people, for whatever reason, expect that.
Yeah. You
should expect that. You should not be there. They tell you not to be there. They have security to stop you from doing that.
Yeah.
If you then go and interject yourself into that, you're free game. I think it's Shawn Michaels I've seen do it. Somebody tried to run in one of Shawn Michaels' matches. He slides in the ring, he just fucking drops an elbow on him. Just full force and BAM! And goes for him. And it's like, you put yourself in that situation. Don't get... That's why they say don't. But yeah, no. To be fair, it's going to be New Jack Gypsy Joe for me. Look that up. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Well, it's in the documentary. It's in his documentary about him.
Watch the New Jack Hardcore documentary on YouTube.
Watch it.
Which is insanely funny.
It is, and it's really enlightening. Is enlightening the word I'm looking for? Yeah. It's like, whoa. Did not expect that. You don't. You obviously that they get up to stuff behind the scenes, but yeah, no. Who wants to know so much? Oh yeah, try and kill him then. That's what I'm going to do.
Shout out to OJ Simpson, keep up the good work, too less to worry about. Katie's doing like a slow-mo move to the toilet, aren't you, Katie? No? Oh, she wants James' phone, it's okay.
Her phone's died, so she needs mine to play games. Oh, she's run out of lives, there you go.
We've answered that question, it's about the UK brand.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul says, well, I might have you play the new WWE Champions game on the phone, on smartphones, and if so, what do you think of it?
I've not played WWE Champions. I played WWE Supercar game.
Yeah, I'd Bunkell.
Please do if you play it. But the Supercar game it's dead simple. I do need a team though. I had a team and then I stopped playing for a while, so I got kicked off that one. I got a new team, and I upset them all, so I got kicked from that one.
What did you say?
I think.
What did you say?
Nothing. I just was insulted.
What did you do?
I was.
Who did you insult?
Just the people who were lower ranked than me, and said that despite there was the problem is some teams kick you if you're inactive. Some teams will say that they won't kick you even though if you're inactive. They just need a team because you need so many players to be able to play in the team tournaments that they do, and they do special tournaments. You earn points and you get cards. Right. Yeah. And obviously, the more people you have playing, the more points you pick up in the short amount of time that you get to then win these cards. Blah, blah, blah. More better cards you get, higher ranked you are, etc., etc. And then you get bonuses throughout the month for signing in. So if you sign in for like 25 days, you'll get like a top card for your deck, so to speak. Or I say deck, you only need 5. Yeah. So anyway, what ends up is I got kicked from the second team because though I didn't earn as many points as other people, I was higher ranked. But if you're in a team tournament, you use the cards of the people in your team. You don't just use your own cards. Yeah. And I said, well, you've got some people in there who earned less points than I did, but had like rubbish cards. So I had one of the highest ranked decks in the team, and I was just like, "Oh, fucking get these people! It's fucking shit. We need to get some people in." And yeah, no, I think it must have been one of the leaders' friends, so I got kicked. I'm called Max Power in it, though. So. Yeah, so if you do search for me and add me, Max Power
on WWE Supercards.
Yes.
Yeah, I've not played the Champions game, but from what I've seen, it's basically WWE All Stars. Just on mobile.
Oh, right, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I never played that. You played it.
Yeah.
It seemed alright.
Yeah, it wasn't a fan.
Yeah, well, it was a bit... It was not just quick time.
Pretty much.
Yeah, quick time event, yeah.
And then we've got BBK writes in from Twitter, well, BBK16. Is there any gimmicks that worked in the past that wouldn't work now, and vice versa? Didn't work then, but now would.
That's a tough one. There's plenty. Gimmicks that worked then but won't work now.
Yeah.
I don't think Hulkamania would work. If you want to go, let's talk big style. I don't think Hulkamania won't work now, but it worked back then. I don't think Goldberg will work now. As in, like the whole undefeated streak, and though then again they're trying it with the girl from Japan.
Yeah, that's good.
So, I'm trying to think of what else. Something that didn't work back then, but will work now.
Yeah,
that's a tough one. Oh crap! What are they called?
Who are you thinking of?
Shit. There was Hulk Hogan and the Hulkamaniacs in WCW versus the Zodiac and
Dungeon of Doom.
yeah, that won't work.
Yeah, Faces
Anything,
of Fear.
anything super gimmicky wouldn't work now. If you look at it now, 90% of them go by like the real. Well, almost I wouldn't say they're real names, but they're just called names. Yeah. So like Dolph Ziggler, Apollo Crews, The Miz is a bit different. Dean Ambrose, Baron Corbin. They're just names.
Yeah.
And back in the day, everything was gimmicky. Yeah. So what was then wouldn't work. So what is now? These people just going off their own name and stuff.
Yeah.
That would not work back in the day because you just be like, well, I'm interested in this person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hercules Hernandez wouldn't work now because though you can argue the fact that it is the world's strongest man gimmick. Yeah. But naming yourself after a Greek god does not work now. Yeah. Like manager gimmicks as well. Like you look at stuff like Fuji wouldn't work now. Then going further in, like I don't want to call them the racist gimmicks, but they kind of are. So you look at like Kai and Tai and stuff. Yeah. Wouldn't work now. We're Japanese. We talk Japanese. That's our gimmick. Yeah. That's it, isn't it? But I mean, like the Mexicals didn't work then.
Never work.
Exactly. But it's a massively racist gimmick.
Yeah.
I'd hesitate to say Crow Sting. You think that'd get over now?
Not really. No. Well, social media is a big problem, if anything, really.
Well, yeah.
The advent of social media would kill any gimmick like that.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like the what we live in nowadays. The craving of content, the craving of, these people to be on social media for us to have this access into their lives will stop irregular things from working. Yeah. Like you'd think the Wyatt gimmick shouldn't work, but it does. Yeah, and it's whether you can. Well, it's your belief in kayfabe, isn't it? Yeah. Can you suspend it? Can you suspend your disbelief? Can you buy into something? And that's... It's like... It's almost depends on who you are. Whether you believe it or whether you don't. Yeah. The Undertaker. If that started now, people would shit on it straight away. Yeah. Yeah. And it's only because it actually started in like 79 or whatever, daft.
91.
Yeah. I was taking a shot in the dark. But it's only because it started that long ago that now it's normal to you. That's my fault. What do you think?
With stuff like it sort of harkens back in a way to like when you had like the Bruno Sammartinos and the Nick Bockwinkel's and the Lou Fez's and when you used your real name or something like that. And it's only when it got to like the sort of 80s or whatever when you had like, sort of the odd case you had Gorgeous George and stuff like that. But then you have like it's only when the gimmicks the one that keeps coming to my head for some reason is Mantor. So yeah, just stuff like that. It's like, would the $1 Million Man work now? Like,
well, no, because you have to be the $1 billion man.
Yeah,
the $1 million isn't that much. So yeah, that's just it, innit? It's
like.
It's again.
Would Papa Shango work now? No. But
back in the day, that was what drew people in was gimmicks. Yeah, you know, and plus you could use gimmicks to mask people's deficiencies in the ring. And now we're so focused on how, you know, trying to put on 5-star matches, these epic matches. People's ability in the ring is great, so you don't need the gimmicks to cover for it. Yeah. Unfortunately, the WWE seems to think that we prefer to watch people talk rather than actually wrestle. But you know, that's another topic for another episode.
So. Yeah, it's again, though, it goes into like WCW in the 90s when they brought in like the Yeti.
Yeah.
Or the Yeti.
But again,
and
that was
the Shockmaster.
Yeah, but again, that was WCW attempting to relive the 80s, attempting to revive that because that's what they thought drew. You know, whereas WWE went down a different, almost like a slightly different avenue. Yes, you still had the crazy characters, but they were all just an extension of themselves. Yeah. So Stone Cold Steve Austin is an extension of Steve Austin. It was just Steve Austin, but almost off the rails, so to speak. You know, Triple H was an extension of Paul Levesque being off the rails, so to speak. That's how it was billed, almost. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's sort of, there is if you want gimmicky characters, really, sort of, your best is going to Chikara.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's well, it had me laughing at one point. There was, well, not so much laughing, but it was sort of drawn in. They had one of the wrestlers called Soldier Ant.
Yeah,
An ant who was like an ant gimmick, but thought part of the colony.
Yeah, yeah.
And he actually had like a thingy. It's on YouTube somewhere. They actually gave him like a military send off, sort of. Like, Mike Quackenbush and Bryce, the referee, stood in the ring and just salute him and stuff.
Oh
so
dear!
It's sort of that they're playing it off that much, and it's like it's actually it's really well done. How they done it.
Yeah.
There's nothing over the top in terms of characters. Like you've got Dasher Hatfield, and you had like Lush ice creams and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But again, it's changing times.
Yeah. And it was like when Bryce got shot, but
right,
which is quite funny.
Right.
I'll show you at some point.
Yeah, you will.
And speaking of Chikara, I'm going to King of Trios.
All right for some.
It is.
But
so
I'm not.
You're not.
No.
But it's okay. I'll tell you all about it when I get back.
That sounds like a plan.
On the September show later this year.
Yeah, that's a bit way off yet, but there you go.
And last topic, bit of a weird taboo one to go out on.
Oh God,
it's nothing too bad.
Right.
BBK also asked, what is the decency line in wrestling with Katie Vick / the rumoured Vince incest stuff? Katie's face said it all then.
The decency line.
Yeah.
Don't involve babies in any way, shape or form. Don't involve incest in any way, shape or form. Tempted to say don't really involve family in any way, shape or form.
Yeah, Judy back on a pole, no one wants to say that.
Yeah, no, don't involve, to a certain extent, don't involve, like, well, no, I don't want to say don't involve sex, because obviously, I'm not saying, like, you should, you know, I'm not saying, like, I'm saying that, obviously, some, how can I put it? What's the word I'm looking for? I'm saying that you can obviously relate to this girl's here because she's attractive,
yeah,
so to speak, or like Bobby Roode calls himself glorious, or you know or like
yeah,
you know, like you had Chris Masters being the masterpiece gimmick because he was like built like a masterpiece and blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm not saying don't. That's fine. That makes sense. That's just a standard thing. Yeah, but I'm saying like, well, Katie Vick, it was necrophilia, which is obviously, that's over the line. You know, just it's the line that you follow in fucking normal life, for God's sake, isn't it? Though.
Yeah, really, it should be.
It should be. Wrestling is supposed to be. It's not supposed to cross the line. It's supposed to be. I don't want to say a family show. That's not what I'm looking to say. What I'm looking to say is it's supposed to be like a real life drama, but around a sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. The number one thing should always be the title. Yeah. Whatever title it may be, that should be the number one goal. And your reason for wanting that is, well, you have it and I want it. Yeah. There doesn't need to be all this crap in the background. Oh, well, he kissed my girlfriend, so therefore I want to beat him. Yeah. No, don't need it. Not necessary. Yeah, it's one versus the other. And everybody's trying to get to the same spot, which is why everybody's feuding with each other. Because you're in my way, you're the one above me, or you're the one behind me, and we feud because we're all trying to get to the same place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's
Where's your limit?
When you start bringing incest and stuff like into it, there's no need.
Like,
but even when it's done in such a bad form that you're watching it going, well, we know that's a doll.
Yeah. Well, no, but you could argue that Triple H getting married to Stephanie while she was unconscious is over the line, but. Again, it's. I don't feel there's an issue with that. You were talking about before in PCW, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's horrible! It's disgusting," because they had it end on a sour note, so to speak. Yeah. But again, that's not crossing any line. That's storytelling. There's an obvious line there, yeah. And again, that's not about Chris Travis or anything like that. That is literally about, well, Bubblegum's now on top in a position where he's going for a title shot. Yeah. T-Bone wants a title shot. Yeah, that kind of makes sense to me. Because that's what they should be feuding over. So...
Yeah,
there's an obvious line. The only person who's never been able to see it is Vince McMahon. And maybe Russo. No, definitely Russo. Viagra and a pole, no.
Yeah, but positively canyon. Canyon cutters everywhere.
It's simple, I feel. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's always going to be one of those that's going to come up as one of the main things of as sort of a taboo subject or whatever. And yes, there is a line, a bit much like there's a line when New Jack could take it from a wrestling match to an actual little beating.
Yeah. But again, that's... watch the documentary.
Yeah.
Please watch that documentary. It's really, really good. But there's an obvious line. We all know it because we all live within it. Well, except for the weirdos. What?
I swear to God. So yeah, it's just leave your family and leave the family out of it, pretty much.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing that I can think has really been controversial, isn't it? Yeah. Like, you think, anything to do with kids, family, any of that weird stuff, just, you know what it is. You wouldn't do it in normal life, so why would you do it on wrestling? Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
No.
Anything else you want to add?
No. Not off the top of my head. I think we're done.
That's alright then. Going down for the count.
We will do Heatwave 98. Paul, make some notes on Heatwave 98. Get on the show. Badger Coxy. Badger the Booker.
They are, mate. You have an open invitation. An open challenge from Billy the Boy.
It's not a challenge, it's an invitation.
Open challenge from Billy the Boy. The man of 1,000 gimmicks versus the man of one hat.
Just watch out for the small package.
Strongest finisher in the business, mate. Package pile driver is the small package. Signed, sealed, delivered combo.
No? Yeah?
So, yeah. You good?
I'm good.
We're done.
Yeah.
That's episode 6?
7?
6,
6?
I think.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. So yeah, we'll return at some point soon, hopefully.
Hopefully, I've got other. I have notes. I'll do fast lane. Definitely a WrestleMania one.
Yes, there will be a WrestleMania pod. It may be recorded after Mania,
Wink, wink. Yeah.
but it will be out hopefully shortly soon after Mania. So
Yeah. Depends if you want to sleep.
watch as I wink and stamp your foot. But no, so yeah, for the lost art of shut up before you speak. Wrestling.
Kayfabe. It is.
This is why I'm holding off Heatwave 98, just be a dick to you doing that to me all this time.
I've been the man of 1,000 gimmicks.
That's my line.
He's been Coxy, and you've been listening.
You are such a cretin. So yeah, there's nothing much else I need to say.
Hashtag replaced.
Fine, you do the show. You edit it and put it online.
Oh no. Come on, Booker. Sign
Yeah,
out. Sign out.
Well, I've been Coxy. He's been the man of 1,000 gimmicks. This week he is Dick, the Bruiser Bunkell. And you've been listening. Thank you very much.